Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me, like always, we got Kathleen and Shad Biffles here. Rich Cooley and the Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton's here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Man, all right, Christmas is behind us.
Wait a minute. I had a great Christmas. It couldn't get any better.
Whoa, wait. We're jumping ahead. Where's Scott?
Where is he?
I don't know.
Now, wait.
The last message he said was, when he sent a messenger, was hit me on Skype for Sunday show, suckers.
Now, we don't know if Scott's still in Indiana or if he's back in Arizona, right?
I think he's back in Arizona.
I think he is, too, for some reason.
I think he's wherever his old lady told him to be.
Right. So let's think in a Scottism kind of thinking manner, you know. What happened?
So what should we do to his Facebook page then?
Send some clocks.
Yeah, clocks.
Okay, he's asking to call again on Skype.
Right now?
Right now, he said.
Yeah,
he just texted me.
And then he's going to come on and start rambling some nonsense that
exactly. So
literally no sense.
Yeah.
Now we all know this, right? I mean, so we'll all be prepared for it.
As soon as he goes on, you know you're going to have to say, "Hey, Scott, welcome. We're live right now." Because if you don't,
you'll
think
right.
it's pregame and going nuts.
I think the minute he jumps on, let's warn him that we're live. Because he's going to.
All right, I'll text him again.
Yeah, we're bringing him in live.
Yeah, because if not, he's going to have a Scottism, and it's going to go on and on and on
and on and on. And then on.
I told him we were live, so no cussing, sucker.
There you go. All right,
well, you got to speak to Scott like Scott speaks, right?
Yeah, obviously you do. All right, I'm clicking the add button. I'm scared because.
All right, let's take odds. Will he answer?
I say he answers, and then it's going to be like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, hang on a minute."
Or he'll lose it if he's back home. He'll lose it. Signal. Yeah.
This is
every time you call, I have to restart my computer. Yeah, that's what he'll say.
These are the ones I'm going with tonight for sure. All right, I'm clicking it right now.
I just came back. I got dropped for some reason.
Oh, did you, Rich?
Yeah, I don't know. When you clicked the button, I was gone. I don't know.
I did. It did to me too, Rich, earlier.
Just because
I see an ST in the Skype area.
Hello.
What happened, sucker?
It took a minute. Skype changed again on my. I'm like, what?
So it took you 8 minutes.
You win, Shad. We owe you, buddy. God, I hate when Shad wins.
No, it's weird because usually you guys call and it puts up a separate window. You just answer it, and now it's got something where when you go to hit join, it goes to a chat room. I'm like, well, what the heck is going on?
So you had to restart.
Well, welcome there, Scotty boy.
Because we've been calling you since 7 o'clock. I mean, just saying.
Well, I know. I got the text, and I was like, oh yeah, the radio show's on. I was like, heck, I got to get on there.
Yeah, you forgot. We sent you messages. I sent you a text 3 minutes before.
It's not that I forgot. It's just I had the Skype and everything was up. It just wasn't.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. Now you're back to Skype. I forgot. My bad.
Well, just for a couple of minutes.
Just for what? A couple minutes?
Well, we're glad you made it.
We are.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I was like, what is wrong with this every time? At least it ain't an upload. That's the only thing I can be glad about.
Come on. Keep going. I know you got it in you.
Hey, I got to tell you guys. I got to tell this to you.
Okay.
Now my buddy Mike McDade from Texas got a hold of me while I've been here in Oklahoma because he's only like 4 hours away, 4.5 hours, and I travel with just a couple pans, my Gold Claw, and he said, "Hey, you want to go prospecting?" I said, "Sure." So he came down, and it was Thursday. No, wait, what's Thursday? Thursday, yeah. And it was the day after Christmas. And we went to the Arkansas River. And, man, I tell you what. They say there's no gold in Oklahoma. It was awesome. I couldn't believe what we found with no more than what we had. It was absolutely amazing.
Like how much? Rough.
I can't really put an amount. You just have to watch the video. I mean, actually, I got it on video.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But what we just panned, that was amazing.
You got to look at it. You just got to look at it.
Yeah. Would you look at it? Just look at it.
I have to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, we met the landowner because that Arkansas River. Now, I don't know if the whole entire river is non-navigable, but that section of the Arkansas River is. So basically, you can float down the river and you can fish and everything, but as soon as you step foot and hit bottom, you're on private property. So, if you're a landowner, you own halfway out to the river.
Right.
But, just make sure, always check and make sure, if you do, you want to get permission. And, a lot of the people down there where I went to school and graduated from, they're real nice. You don't have any problems. But Joseph was his name. And, we got permission to go right there at the bridge and did some sampling. And my purple gold claw pan that I ended up, because he'd never, prospected. Right. He heard of it. He didn't think there was any gold there. So I gave him my gold claw pan. I have to get another one. But in turn, he gave me one heck of what he found earlier that morning. It was an arrowhead because he always walks up and down the river and finds arrowheads and stuff like that. And he gave me one of his arrowheads, and it was so cool. Cool. Yeah, it was. He schooled me on that too, I guess, because at one time there was a glacier that actually, when it came down, and it stopped around pretty close to the area where we were at in Oklahoma. So, I mean, heck, this was before I got into finding gold, but, he was schooling me on some stuff.
Right. And you told me earlier, didn't you say it was Paleolithic or something?
Yeah, something paleo era or
caveman.
The arrowhead that I got was supposed to be like between, I think, 10 and 14,000 years ago or something like that. And he said the arrowhead that he gave me, and of course I show it. I'll post a picture on the site.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He said it's a rare arrowhead.
A
very rare arrowhead, and it's hard to find one like this.
Ooh,
so, yeah, really, really cool, man. I was just tickled to death,
That is awesome, man.
Is there a certain shape of it?
Like an arrow?
It looks like an arrowhead.
Pointy?
No, I mean like the bottom. Has it got like a V in it, or does it got a bat wing? You know what I'm saying?
Got a bat wing.
It's like a candy cane, Scott.
I'm Batman.
Never mind.
It's in the shape of a mannequin. So,
okay.
Speaking of mannequins,
thank you, Shad. Thank you.
That Manny Coolwater Quinn is in the chat room
tonight. I seen that. That's why I was just. Thank you, Shad. I was just getting ready to mention it. Man, big props to Manny tonight. He's in the chat room, hanging out with everybody. Man, sweet. Always good to see Manny in there. Thank you, Shad, for catching it too. I'm Batman.
So we know Dennis obviously has had a great Christmas.
Obviously.
Oh, it was.
Right.
How was Rich's?
Yeah, how was Rich's?
Pretty good. I got some running boards for the truck, and I got them installed, and now the wife can get in the truck.
That's sweet.
Hey, I'm glad you got them, because I'm sure it wasn't fun getting on your hands and knees so she can step on you to get in the truck. So.
No.
Yeah, I'm really glad we have
went to another meat raffle last night and ended up winning some more stuff.
Of course. It's a meat raffle.
I looked, and I cannot find anything about a meat raffle around us. There's got to be, though.
You would think somebody would.
All of our fire halls, basically in around our area, that don't get a lot of money, so they have to raise the money themselves. So
you're in a wrong part of the company.
Meat raffles.
From like October to like May, they pretty much all do like meat raffles, and sometimes they do a gun drawing or seafood or hoagies or something like that. But most of the time, every month they'll have a meat raffle, and that's how they raise their money.
That's a genius idea. And Rich Cooley wins them all.
Well, not all the time, but I won 3 things last night. I won pork chops, some snack sticks with a big hunk of cheese.
Dang.
And I won bacon.
Dang, Rich.
Bacon.
You probably don't go to the grocery store and buy meat, do you?
No, I don't have to.
Good.
No.
That's cool, though. That's really good. You got plenty of it from that and from that.
And there's more January. There's like one, the first week there's one, and then the second week of January there's 3, and then there's one every week after that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
So
that 1 week it's like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Dang. And you got entries in all of them?
Well, I might go to all of them. Depends.
Right. No.
You got to go pay when you go in the door and then sit through everything, and hope they spin your number.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Well, man, congrats. Got you some running boards. Did you get them fancy electric running boards, the ones that go underneath the truck?
No, I got chrome with black on them.
See,
Okay.
that's what we did. Years ago when we had another vehicle, we had those electrical ones. They're a pain in the butt.
Are they really?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, really?
Well, it's
another thing to
living
break.
in the Northeast.
Yes, true.
Is bad. I had to put grease on it to get them to work half the time and force them down.
Oh, jeez.
It was just a pain. They're not worth it. Don't get them.
And then in the winter, when you get that big clump of ice and slush that sticks to the bottom of your
Yes, yeah.
those can't. Those won't go up if that's happening.
Oh, well, see, those got some downsides in our area then, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Screw that.
They're just and not to mention, just another electrical thing that goes wrong.
Oh, of course. But cool. Man, nice. You guys.
I didn't put electrical in on. They were like $129, so I couldn't.
Bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And I put them on myself. So.
And they make trucks look sexy.
Yeah.
The only thing they didn't come with was the lock nuts. See, mine's from the factory. Come with studs already on them.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is put the brackets on, put the nuts on. No, it didn't come with those nuts, so I just went down to the hardware store and got some of them. That wasn't a big deal, but you had to get the paint off of them first.
Right. Easy.
You had to take a wire wheel and get all the paint off the studs.
Sure, but still cool. Man, nice, Rich. Good Christmas for you. Now, what about Shad and Kathleen? How was your Christmas?
I got a Morganite gemstone ring.
A what? What kind, Kathleen?
It's a Morganite.
Morganite. And now, where's that
it's
stone?
in the family of the beryl family. The same with emeralds and rubies and sapphires, but this one
say sapphire for sure.
Pink.
No, it's peach.
It's peach. They range from a light pale pink to peach to if you get a dark one, that means it's been color treated. But this one is a peach one.
Oh, that's cool.
It is emerald cut, and they called it Morganite after J.P. Morgan. Actually,
really. The banker?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I get J.P. Morgan was a big financier, as you know. He opened the financial institution we work for, but he also gave a lot to the gemologists and the gem societies. So in honor of him donating a lot of money, they named this gemstone after him.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So fancy spancy.
Rose gold and diamonds.
Yes, I've been eyeing this Morganite for a couple of years now.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
Emerald cut.
I was going to say that's the first time I've ever heard of Morganite.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's a tough one. And then I guess in the past few years, it's a very popular alternative to engagement rings. Instead of a diamond, you get a Morganite because
it's pink.
The beautiful stone. But it's just hard to find one. Then, of course, prices.
I bet. If it's hard to find, the price is going to go up,
I was super happy and surprised because we normally don't get each other stuff for Christmas.
Right, that's what you said. Right, you guys don't do that.
So, of course, I had to go out and get him something.
You didn't go anywhere.
So what kind of gun did Shad get?
1 second. He just left the room. What did you get?
See, I knew it.
He got a rubber band gun.
In my stocking, Santa Claus brought me a nice Dalmore scotch.
I got him the scotch.
Oh.
15-year-old one,
Santa
really
did.
good.
Nice.
It's funny though. We watched this before Christmas. We watched this documentary on like Scotch, how it's made.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. So far we've gotten 2 out of the 3 Scotch distilleries that were featured, so I could try them.
Oh, that's cool.
And she got me one of the hard ones, and it's really cool because it has like a giant stag's head and antlers on it.
Yes, I think I've seen that one. Yep. That's
neat.
That's
It's really
cool.
good though. It's a smooth Scotch.
Are you having some right now?
Yeah. But no, okay. So that was just for fun. Oh, and I got a pound of Reese's cup.
No, you can't go wrong with just a big giant Reese cup 1 pounder.
Giant ones.
Well, and the kids like Shade got this giant Snickers that's a pound too.
Holy cow!
That's what we decided to do with all the kids was get them like I asked them, "What's your favorite candy?" And I got the biggest size you could find online, and
Oh my god,
that was their one candy they got.
In their stocking.
But
one pound. That's,
oh god, yeah,
pretty big.
that's huge. That's a big old Reese cup there. Big old.
yeah.
Snickers.
It took a long time to eat.
Oh, you already ate.
Little day, I had to. Like I'm trying to eat healthier and stuff and balance my diet right, instead of a fad diet and things like that. So. Yeah,
And
I can't munch on those forever.
All right, get it out of the way.
But
Just eat.
Kathleen did help. Well, I helped, but she tracked down and got. We're waiting for it to come in. Found a genuine military issue United States Marine Corps M16A4 upper receiver, complete.
Nice.
So it's the A4, which is the model I carried when I fought in Iraq.
Right.
Now, granted, I had an M203 grenade launcher attached to it, so there, I got to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to build exactly to specs what I pretty much carried
Well, that'll be neat.
in Iraq.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
it's really cool because you don't see these too often. I mean, the real deal. You see a lot of Duke copycat ones.
Right. And this is an actual
I'm
original.
excited.
Well, yeah, you
It's
should be.
cool.
That's pretty cool, Shad.
I mean, you got to think everyone now loves the short-barreled stuff. The 16 inch is pretty much the standard size for an M4. Then you got 10-inch barrels for the AR pistols down to 7.5 inches. This one's your old school 20-inch long barrel. You reach out and touch someone.
So it was a barrel Christmas. He got me a pink barrel, and I got him a barrel.
You got him a barrel. Well, that's about. It's barrel into Christmas. Well, that's cool, right? There's
See,
not.
my dream comes as an M1 or a Kalashnikov. I want either one of them.
A Kalashnikov.
Yeah, I have one. I wanted to get what my enemy had. I got that earlier this year. Now I got to get what I
Now you
carry.
get yours. But
The real thing, though.
what about
it's
the grenade?
hard.
What about the
because-
grenade launcher, Shad? Can't you get them?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I
Gotta get
could
the
easily
license.
buy the 37 millimeter one, right? Because the only thing for those are like flares, smoke grenades can be
Right.
shot at a civilian. You don't
Sure.
have to get, the NFA tax stamp and all that
gotcha.
nonsense with those.
Right.
And I actually know somebody, and we've already agreed on a price for it. But I'm still tempted to get the authentic M203. However, there's some models, because they lack a certain feature, supposedly you don't have to get the tax stamp. But if you do want the genuine thing, it's about $1,600 plus the tax stamp for it. Now, you would be able to, believe it or not, buy HE dual purpose rounds for it. However, they're very expensive, and you have to get a tax stamp per round.
Oh, Jesus.
So but it's still cool to get.
It's cool. It's got the cool
I mean, granted, I could go on and on about the 203 grenade launcher and how a piece of crap it was, and not like anything you think. So, but that's beside. It's still cool to get what I carried. But I like Scott the M1 Grands. I mean, those are classics if you can find real deal for a good price.
That's what's
and long range. They can go.
Oh yeah, they're stupid expensive right now though. All the military surplus gear is from going back World War I era and on up to World War II and now Korea. It's sad.
Yeah, I missed my times to buy cheap guns like that. Now it's all like surplus is high dollar now.
That's crazy. The way it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. It's according to what's happening in the world, I guess, right?
Well, at the collector's market, you got the ones who obviously were the initial generation to really get big into this on a large scale.
Right.
Right, and they're all old, and they all think their stuff is just worth millions.
Gotcha.
So they've driven up the prices that it's ridiculous now that nobody's buying, because now you got people like in our age or a little bit younger. Mm-hmm. Some people got in good there and bought stuff, in the late 90s when you could still find them for like $200-$300 and one.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then now it's just gotten ridiculous, and it's a stalemate between people buying stuff and trying to sell it. So
it's ridiculous, though. Sure, but I understand.
It'll drop.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got what you wanted for Christmas. Then, what about you, Swifty? Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, my Christmas was fair. Unfortunately, I flew back to some place that was cold, and it ended up turning warm, which was funny. Well, it wasn't warm to me, but it was warm to everybody around me.
Uh-huh.
It was beautiful. I went running.
Yeah, it got like if you stood in the sun, it was pretty good. And
sure.
Like I said, did some different things. Got to see Grandma again and had a good time with her, and a good New Year's Eve and stuff like that. And man, I'll tell you, the flight back was. Bleh, I hated it. It was bumpy. They were up at 36,000, then they come down to 28,000, then they had to drop down a little bit more and come back up. And I was like, man, because we flew across the country, and I'll tell you, you guys, there's got to be snow hitting you guys here pretty soon.
Nope.
There has to be.
Nope.
No, we're getting rain. It's still hitting the 50s during the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because, man, everything was white coming across the United States, and, man, there was just clouds. As soon as we got up from Indy, it was just like, poof, we seen the sun and clouds. We got up to like 36,000, and you had like the double layer. You had the layer down low, and then I call it like the stratosphere clouds, up high.
Uh-huh.
And you're trying to fly in between those, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. Because I could already imagine what it was going to be, and sure enough, here comes the bumps, and buckle your seat belts up. And man, I just don't, like I said, I'm not a great flyer, and I hate that stuff when it's bucking the system. I hate it.
That's when you ask for the cocktail cart.
I already had 2 of those. Trust me.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm a horrible flyer too. I don't like it.
Me too. I don't
but
like it.
It's like a necessary evil,
Yeah, right. It is. So you're right. I mean, if you want to get somewhere quickly, you just got to suck it up, Buttercup. And
we like to wander, so.
All right. So you got to just go, oh my God, I got to be on this plane for 4 hours. And it's like,
I know it.
Try flying to Thailand.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, man, no way. That or Germany.
22 hours. Or
no,
something.
see, I could never do it. No. 4 hours max. That's it. Nope. No Australia. No Thailand. That's too far. God,
I better have a seat that goes back more than 2 inches.
They better sedate me if they're sending me that far. There ain't no way. I don't want to be awake. None of that. Nope and no.
Well, hey, you just need to save up some money though and get the really fancy ones the plans. Well, we all hear of business. Well, now there's like Coach, then Economy Plus, and then comfort, and then business class and first class. Well, in some airlines, there's a residency class.
Yes.
You can have like an apartment.
You get 3 rooms, a living room, a bathroom, and a bedroom.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't even have a clue what that would cost you, but if some international thoughts or flights are, it's 20 grand for first class, that one's probably
true.
Good. You might as well buy a plane.
It's true.
Yeah, no doubt.
My girlfriend's daughter, they sent her to China for her work, and she had one of them. That's what she had, a bed. It's like, are you kidding me? You get a bed on an airplane? It's like, sweet. You're a little
if you fly Thai Air, they give you pajamas.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I mean, that's flying, but what's it cost, I wonder? What
there can't be too many of those rooms.
No.
I cannot figure this out.
Can't figure what out, Dan?
I can't figure out how to post pictures on the main page.
You have to scroll down to the middle or towards the bottom and see where there's like a picture slideshow, and there's photos there. You can click on the word, and it'll let you upload them.
All right.
Simple. Easy peasy.
Slideshow.
peasy.
Or just hit upload photo.
Or just at the top where it says status, I think you could do it there too. There's a little
add photos.
Yeah, add photos. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna send the arrowhead pictures of the arrowheads real quick.
Oh,
maybe.
Oh, there you go. Get it posted so we can see what it looks like. Here. So Scott can see if it looks like a bat wing or a pointy or whatever he said it was.
Candy cane.
Candy cane.
Well, there's like I said, I've hunted arrowheads since I was a kid. There's different points. There's dovetails, Clovis points. There's turkey tails. There's all kind. There's like I said, there's all kinds of them.
You are an arrowhead connoisseur, aren't you, Scott?
Well, I used to be.
Sounds like it. You know all the fancy technical names for.
I'll never forget, like, when I found one in Ohio. It was like we were digging a basement.
Oh, you found one, Kathleen?
Yeah. An authentic one.
I'll be darned. Them things wind up in the darndest places, don't they? I've never found an arrowhead yet. None. Just makes you wonder, how did it get there where you found it? What's the backstory on that arrowhead?
How long it's been there.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's cool.
Well, the ones you really want, the ones they call the turkey tails. Those are the money.
A turkey tail.
The turkey tails, huh?
Yeah, I actually dug one up in Kentucky that was worth about $8,000.
What?
Oh yeah.
Why is it called the turkey tail? What's it look like, Scott?
It's like it's a point on each end, so it'll look just like a turkey tail feather set on the ground.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to picture this. Okay, I think I got what you're saying. Wow, $8,000.
Yeah, that was cheap.
Holy schmoly!
This thing was about, I'd say, 6 to 6.5 inches long, and it was pristine, not a nick in it.
The arrowhead was 6.5 inches long.
Let's just say I made 4 digits off of it.
Wow, we might be in the wrong business. We may be, instead of looking for gold, should be out looking for arrowheads. Good God.
Yeah, but you know what? To find one of those is like finding a gold nugget about an inch big. That's about the same equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't find them every day. They're hard to come by. And like I said, I was digging in caves when I found this one.
Really?
Yeah.
In Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned. There's
certain caves you can't. There's certain caves that people won't dig in because they know that what they were like for burial or ceremonial. So you won't dig in those.
Right.
But there's other caves that were caves for like weddings and caves for like big meetings, and these are like 3, 4 to 5 day meetings that they had. So there's going to be stuff that they've made and dropped around, or made just because they were bored and stuff like that.
Right.
And we actually found, me and a friend of mine from Kentucky, we actually found quite a bit out of the cave until it started to the upper part of it, and it's a big cave. I mean, you could put a bus in it easy. But it started to get weak, and every now and then, when the water's trickling, when the water's running, you'd hear big pieces or shards when you're sitting there digging falling off behind you and hitting the ground. You're like, it's only a matter of time for you're going to catch one right in the back or the head. So
shards.
Well, I'm talking like rocks, big enough to hurt you.
I know, but you said shards.
Well, it's in that cave. It was a shard.
It must have been moist.
Yeah, and moist caves produce shards.
Right. Did Dennis just do his pictures? Or there we are.
Now, Scott.
There we go.
Scott,
okay, it's almost like a dovetail.
Scott, here's the big question.
Yeah.
How was Manny's Christmas? Was you good? Was you good to Manny this year? Did you get him a squircle?
I didn't do anything with Manny this year. I'm sorry to say.
Manny didn't get a squircle for Christmas?
No, Scott didn't get a squircle for Christmas. Scott he didn't get one for summer.
Dang! Man, come on. I thought for sure there was a squircle in your stocking.
Heck no.
Bummer.
That was supposed to come in the mail a long time ago and never did. We just canceled the card on it. Said heck with it.
Oh, Manny commented, "No, you're a jerk because you didn't."
Yeah, Manny called you a jerk
because you didn't get him a squircle.
They probably confiscated it at like customs or something.
It may, you never can tell.
Yeah,
you never know. It's
if it's not safe, they're going to confiscate it.
They probably looked at it and said, "What in the world is this?" I don't think so. We're not letting this into our country.
All right, guys, I posted it in Messenger in our group little thing, so I can't figure this out where to get it on.
No,
the site.
It's already on.
It's wait, Weigold posted it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sent it in our thing, and I don't know.
Let me see it.
I seen it. It looks like a dovetail.
Oh, that's funny.
Now the one I found had like a notch. Like you had the arrow, and then you had the notches on the side, and then like a fish. It looked like a fish tail.
Right, where the stick would go, where you could.
Yeah.
So is that more of for an arrowhead or a spear?
That one looks like a spear almost.
Mm-hmm.
Either that is.
It's huge.
Is that your hand?
There's a lot of things about people. We call them arrowheads, but a lot of them were knives.
Well, what's cool is the fossil. You can see like fossils in it. You know.
Yeah. They had a good line.
It's pretty old. Like mine was made out of flint. This one looks like from like stone.
You'd have to have a flint one.
Well,
I had a flint one.
Yeah, Kathleen, like where you guys are living, if you guys walk around, you're going to find a lot of flint ones, and a lot of good ones too. Like you could find a lot of some Indiana greens. You can find a lot of there's some it's like some good deep blues that really look good that are I know that's over in Alaska.
It's like we're near Flint Ridge, you know.
We are.
Wow.
We're only an hour away from Flint Ridge.
Well, like I said, that was their main thing over around there to use is flint. I mean, it was a hot commodity.
Yeah, that was their true value right there, Flint Ridge. They just run over there and grab some flint and start making some arrowheads. So
it was pretty cool. I mean, when we went there, we loved it. I want to go back.
I've never been there.
Before we move out west.
See?
So everyone knows and can join in on what Dennis shared. I've just added him to Gold Prospector Space, and it's uploading now. So,
that fancy arrowhead?
Yeah, it's fancy one. So if there's any experts out there,
let me know.
Historic almost.
Yeah.
It does.
That's what I thought he said.
Those are the fossils.
Yeah, cavemanish era.
Cavemanish. Mm-hmm. Fred Flintstone era.
Yeah, right. I can see it.
It's Dino's.
I see it now.
Dino. Oh, that's right. It is
the dog.
Dino. Dino.
Are you looking at the arrowhead still, Kathleen?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's got
cool.
some neat. The colors are cool on it.
Mm-hmm. It is cool. I'm trying to make it bigger though. Like, oh yeah, it is. It's sweet. It's almost looks like it could have been a little axe head too, don't it? If you turn it.
I don't know. It's just really cool.
It is cool. Yeah, I see the fossils in it. Dang.
Yeah, like I said, most of those back in the day, we call them arrowheads, but most of them were knives and stuff. But real arrowheads are going to be what we call bird points. They're going to be really little, about the size of your fingernail.
Smaller.
Those are real. Yeah, those are real arrowheads.
Those are the ones I've seen. They're little. Yeah, like
mine is pretty small. It's probably only like less than an inch.
See that's the kind I've seen that.
Oh yeah, because it's not like their bows were so powerful to launch heavy arrowheads.
Exactly.
You know?
Let's keep the weight down a little, boys. You know, I got to shoot this thing. Sure,
that's the fun part about it.
Got to be small.
Actually, Dennis, I just Googled it. The image, I did a reverse image. That's what they used out there to circumcise their young.
What?
Really?
For real?
I'm teasing.
Holy cow! Like I say,
You got everyone. What you got?
Well, that would have probably made it priceless.
Yeah, you ain't right, Shad.
Dang.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah, me too.
Well, you and Tim.
Yeah, we'll believe about anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nice one, Shad.
If you kind of look at it, when you find arrowheads, that's kind of a treasure in itself too. You know, it's like relic hunting. It's part of history. You know.
Sure
Oh yeah, I'd love to find one. I know some places in southern Ohio, people find them all the time, but I've had the luck yet.
Yeah, they say they just walk across fields and pick them up. It's like, really? I've walked across a million fields and never seen one.
It's like Herkimer diamonds though. If you go early in the morning or late in the evening when the sun's actually glancing off of the ground, that's because you'll see them shine. You'll see them flash. You're like, hey, what's that? And you'll walk and you'll find them sitting on top. We call them sunbakers, just like we.
So what's the ideal time then? You said. I mean, is there a certain angle the sun should be?
Yeah, like, you know, anytime, like sunrise till 10, 11, and then, you know, anywhere from like over there, I guess later on in the summer when you'd be out looking for them, say between maybe 5 and 7.
Mine was on a big dirt pile and it had rain.
Yeah, always look on the knolls.
After the rain, it like all of the loose stuff was like packed down, and you could see it pointing out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, like when you look at a field, look for little bitty knolls out there because those could be what we used to call build-up campgrounds. Because after a while of camping, burning wood and stuff like that, the ground actually tends to build up around you because you're putting more into it. And those knolls, when they get heavy rains on them, you let the heavy rains hit it, and it washes up all of what we call the fluff off the top. And the rocks will always come to the top because the fluff washes off. It's sediment.
Sure.
And so they'll be like Kathleen said, the points will be sticking out, but you'll see those cut edges of that flint. That's what gets you because you'll notice those cut edges. It's like finding a mushroom. It looks like a brain. And I know Kathleen said she hadn't found one of those yet, but she has found an arrowhead.
Well, yeah.
So you look for those. You look for those cut edges and stuff like that, and the tails sideways. But the best ones are the ones you really like to find. They're like you'll find some broken ones, but you'll find one good one just laying perfect, like somebody just laid it on top of the ground. It's cool.
Well, that is cool. Maybe one of these days, me and Shad will get to find one. Seems like we're the only two that haven't found one. Dennis, have you found them though yourself? Why, no, Tim, I haven't.
There we go. I was trying to hit you. Yeah, actually, I have found some when I used to live here, when I used to go hunt with my buddy. It was down in Cherokee Nation. It's right next to Camp Gruber. And when we would go hunt, we would always walk some of the creeks, and I have found them, but I have no idea what happened to them. Man, that was just so many years ago.
Oh, wow, okay. So me and Shad are the only two that haven't found one. Okay.
All right, Tim, let's get this going.
Yeah, I guess
I was going to say, once you're in tune with it, Tim, you'll find them.
Yep.
Obviously, Tim, we are not in tune with it.
Obviously not.
So no recommendations what someone said besides circumcision on what they're used for? Or how old? Or?
No, I ain't seen nothing yet. Not in the chat room, no.
All right.
But I don't know. We'll keep watching. You never know.
It's pretty old.
We've had, that's a cool looking. Nice looking point. Point spearheaded knives. That's all about the insight the chat room has given us tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm back on chat.
Yeah, because that one Y gold posted's cool too.
Well, see, the one Y gold is like your typical. That's what you think of arrowhead design. The one Dennis has, it's unique.
Totally different. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said it was a rare one. So.
Mm-hmm. Is it sharp?
I don't know,
Dennis, on the sides.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of, sort of. You know, it's like it's been, how they nap the sides of them,
right.
And then the bottom of it, it's like in the center. It kind of, both sides. It kind of, there's like a divot. It kind of goes in a little bit thinner. Mm-hmm. Maybe like it's set on a spear or something, or I don't know.
Maybe.
All right. Here's some things. Ed Marvin said they're made for killing something or using on something. Brian Bedard maybe a hide scraper.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen France, a fishing spear point? Question mark.
Could be.
David Vila, it's for a jabbing stick, maybe.
Hey, I got somewhere to start. Then it's a start.
My guess is that particular point, it looks about 1.5 inches big to 2 inches.
Oh my God!
So I'm thinking it probably had like a 4 to 5 inch handle on it. And they used it for skinning.
If you Google the area it was found and see what type of Native Americans lived there, they usually have pictures of their tools.
Sure.
True.
I think he said that's in the video, but I think he said a paleo. Was there paleo Indians or something? The paleo era or something like
that? Caveman.
That's
like
old.
A caveman.
Yeah, that's caveman.
Hang on, I'm going to actually legitimately this time do the reverse image search.
All right, for real this time.
For real?
Yeah, for real this time. Why did it bring back sausages?
What?
Was it showing was the reverse image of Dennis's fingers?
Yeah, I guess so. That's what it's
Sausage fingers?
All right. There is something. Well, that's too big. It looked like a hand scraper one, but I think it's more of a tool. Is what it's looking like than an actual hunting thing.
Okay. See, Michael Shelby said Paleo Indians can be 10,000 years old, and Joseph told me it was between, I think he said 10,000 and 14,000 years old. It was in the Paleo era, I believe, what he said.
Yeah.
So.
Dennis, you may have, actually, you were right. You said it earlier. A small axe head, it could be. Mm-hmm. I'm a small one,
right?
But it would be like a little good tool because I've seen other ones. If you flip it the other way, they're all say like little axe head type.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, kind of sideways, like a small axe.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm going to go against that, but that's just my theory.
You're going to go against that, Scott?
Yes, I am.
And why is that?
Just nope.
So it's a mannequin arrowhead. Then what you're saying?
It's not an axe. I can tell you. It's not an axe. I found axes before. That's not an axe.
It's kind of got the
you got to
look
think though. You might have found axe heads in your part of the country of what they use. Now we're not talking battle axe size here to club somebody's head open. No, we're talking more of like a tool axe head, like a small like precision.
Right.
That point on one side and the head on the other.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, like a tomahawk, like Kevin said just now in the chat room. Kind of that size, like a tomahawk size.
I'm going to go with Kathleen on this. Maybe somebody should do their studies about what they use different tools for.
Okay, we will. Dennis, get on that. Start studying. Start ciphering it and figure it out.
I am. I'm going to have to start figuring this out. Yeah.
Yeah. Might have been used for ceremonies or something. Yeah.
Man, I hope.
Well, like I said, a lot of them were stuff like that, and they were just little etching tools. Like they could have used it. From what that point looks like, it would. Like I said, it probably had a short handle, and they probably used it for skinning. They just it's like a tougher, just to get the fine stuff in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I see that too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with that one. It's cool though. That's just. For sure. It's definitely a cool little...
Hey, any artifact or relic is really cool to find out and research.
Yeah, it's old.
Especially something that old.
It's cool.
Yep. If something that old, that's worth putting in a little display case, That's what I would do, Dennis.
What you want to do is find out what the purpose of it was, recreate that said purpose, and start using it.
Oh.
So if it's a skinner, I want to see Dennis out there with the handle on that baby and skinning some deer and stuff.
Man, no, my luck, I'd break it. I don't want to do that.
You think it would break? Does it feel fragile, Dennis? Or
no, not really. I mean, it's kind of thin, but it's like. I don't know what. Maybe it's chert. I don't know. Let's see if you can hear this.
Is it flint?
Oh.
I don't think it's flint.
Oh, quit doing that, dude! Quit it.
It survived 15,000 years, and then Dennis dropped it on the table and it shattered.
Don't do it. It's fragile. You wouldn't believe how fragile it is.
I'm just barely, dude. I'll get my mic right down to the table. I'm barely dropping it.
Yeah,
it's like.
Dennis, I want you to remember, Dennis, what happens with the bedrock when it freezes and thaws? It cracks. Now you think that rock has been around? How many times you think that thing's frozen and thawed? Don't drop it. Don't do that no more.
Now Patrick said
they make super glue.
That's right. You can just glue it back together. Put some mortar.
Patrick said there's a guy in Kentucky who identifies and authenticates artifacts.
That's cool.
Man, somebody get me that information.
That would
he put his name, Jackson Galleries of Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Kentucky. See?
Sterling.
There you go.
Jackson.
So that might be what to do, Dennis.
And I don't have a pen. Somebody type that in the messenger thing.
Jackson.
I don't have nothing to write on.
Jackson Galleries.
I'll copy and paste it into the messenger.
I was going to say just take a picture of it, Dan. Yeah. There you
Team
go.
player over here.
That's right. Shad is on his game tonight. Must be
Now what about the rest of the birthdays? Now
the rest
of
the
birthdays, Christmas. What about the rest of Christmas? Who haven't we find out what they did for Christmas?
Well, Tim. We're waiting on Tim.
Oh, I know you was waiting on me. Oh man,
Patrick even got his phone number.
Yeah, I had a good Christmas, and then we still
cool.
Another one today. It was like, dang, I think today was the last one. It's like
lots of Christmases.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Wore out for sure, to say the least. It's like,
oh yeah, I hear you.
Right? I mean, it's draining.
I'm still trying to
especially when you
recover.
host it.
We had
and
20-some people in our house again.
Oh, wow.
And you got to think Christmas, there's a lot of festivity energy in the air from the little ones. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But great Christmas.
It was a good Christmas, though. It was nice.
It was a good Christmas.
But I'm just glad Christmas is done, and let's get on to the new year. And
2020.
Right. It's like days, 2 days away, maybe? Is that what it is, Kathleen?
Gosh.
Wow.
Something like that.
We have another kid graduating.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, both of our oldest daughters they're signing their first apartment
They're gonna be
lease
roommates.
together.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So we're gonna help them move this next week.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So Kathleen, your daughter, and Shad, your daughter, they're going to be.
Yep.
They're gonna be roomies.
All right, that's good.
They both go to college, so
Yep.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. That's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's good. Get them learn how to be more, the responsibilities that go in life, but also have freedom away, not feeling like they need to tell us, hey, I'm going to go here. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
That, and they can come home whenever they want, and they don't have to look at us and say, you better be home because we're falling asleep and we have to work early tomorrow morning and don't want to be woken up or else.
All hours of the night.
Right. So that's what's cool. It's like you get that, and they get to learn that, some of that.
Pay bills.
And we get to save money on groceries.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man.
No, we still have the boys in the house.
Yeah, they kind of. Well, I know they make up. It'll be back to how it was when they were little with 5 kids instead of just the boys and one daughter. they eat enough for the other 2 that moved out.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So, any big plans for 2020, you guys, or is it just
to be determined?
So many.
To be determined.
New Year's resolution.
Oh,
yeah.
God. New Year's resolutions.
I don't make New Year's resolutions, but I do make goals for the year.
You got a goal?
And we have a couple, and we're really excited about it.
What's your number 1 goal?
Yes, Kathleen, please tell me. I'm curious, too.
You know what it is. We are going to purchase a piece of property in Arizona to build our home.
Okay. See, good goal.
Cool.
That's a
good
goal.
Things.
It's a real good goal. All right. Anybody else got one for this year?
Well, I'm going to try. I don't know how successful, but going to visit Brad Fielden in Australia. Do some prospecting in Australia.
So you're going to fly on a plane for 20-some hours?
That's what it takes.
Oh, my God. I can't see you on a plane for 20-some hours. You'll go nuts, won't you?
No, I'm fine on a plane. I like flying.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
I just don't like swimming, so.
That's the problem, though. You're going to be flying over a lot of ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
Better learn to swim.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, your seat can be used as a flotation device.
Yeah, right. You hit the ocean, it's over.
Yeah, you're pretty.
Yeah, flotation device.
You decide to go on a detour.
Yeah. You know what? I always thought it's funny because if you land in the ocean, you're coming all that way down. You know you're going to hit da-da-da. The last thing I could ever hear somebody going, hey, remember, your seat's a floating device.
Hey, there's going to be one calm person out there that says that.
Yeah. I'm going to be grabbing my flotation device. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is...
Now, please remember to leave your personal items behind and exit the plane.
Accordingly.
And here. Yeah. So that's a good goal. So that is a goal too, right, Dennis?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else got one?
Mm-mm.
No? Scott?
What's that?
Oh, God. You got a goal for the new year or a resolution or a
His goal is to actually come and meet the Biffles when we come visit.
Maybe that's what it is.
No, I got pretty much this one thing's on my mind. Since everything's out of the way now, I can start concentrating on the job again and getting things taken care of and getting things down to brass tacks because I got enough water. And after I know the snow is up there right now, I know there's going to be enough water for the rest of the year. So now I don't even have to worry about dry washing or anything else. It's all going to be dredging from out. Yeah, dredging from here out.
All right. Well, so next Sunday, we're going to hear you was out dredging, right?
I hope so.
All right. Well, good. That is cool.
Well, speaking of all that gold, why don't we take a look at our precious metal prices?
Heck yeah.
Because there's been some movement.
Man, oh man.
And right now, gold is sitting at $1,511.
Nice.
But if you check some other sites, it's a little bit more right now, actually.
Okay.
The live market sites, but it's moving on up. Silver is down 12 cents. However, it's still at $17.76.
Going for 18.
So not too bad.
Not bad.
Remember when we were hoping it was hitting 15?
Yeah. I sure do.
Some big movements
I know
there.
it was 1,200.
Yeah, see, mine. I got 1789 on mine, but
Well, you got to think, I'm looking at U.S. closing market prices, not current live market.
right.
That's the difference there. I'm looking at what's on goldprospectorspace.com at the bottom, if any, on the homepage.
.com.
Now, platinum did fall $8 at $945. Palladium stayed flat, but at $1,895. Will it go above 2,000? Is the again? It briefly did.
I would say.
So,
yeah, I'm saying.
curious.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, it might have not have made it. I can't remember now. Well, it got really, really close.
Mm-hmm.
Rhodium, though, stayed flat. $6,075.
Yeah, because it was. Oh, geez, yeah, that's still climbing. It seems like.
It's doing all right.
Always.
I just think it's good right now because we got it. At a gram, it's almost like $49 and some change. So that's almost $50 a gram.
Nice.
Oh,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Very good. I mean,
Ow.
hey, just not too long ago, it was just teetering at 1,300.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Looky there. That's awful nice. Always like to see that. What about
now let's just Scott. If he starts going out finding gold, watch the price drop again.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's what happened last time.
Yep.
Swifty goes
Yeah,
out,
it did.
prices go down.
Yep. That's what happens.
Well, that's when I flood the market, guys.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm totally flooding it with a bunch of crap.
All right. What about birthdays, Shad? Got any birthdays? I bet there's a.
Oh, well, you would believe it or not, we do have a few birthdays, but only a few for
Really?
today.
Okay. Dennis?
Oh yeah,
You had to wet your whistle?
yep.
Was it? Well, that mirror
I had
just
to-
sound like the Kool-Aid man.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Happy
Jesus.
Oh, my Lord.
birthday to you.
Oh, my God almighty.
Happy birthday.
Record.
Thank goodness he does not have HD quality video on
No,
his
right?
computer.
Thank God.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
And he's got a headset on at that.
Like Britney Spears.
I know.
Is that a hat? Has he got a hat on backwards and his headset?
I think my eyes are on fire.
Oh, my God.
Well, it is December 29th. And like I said, only a few. We got David Ring, Ira Bush, Jeff Decker, Larry, and Richard.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Now tomorrow there are several. We have Aaron Taylor, Cabarrus Gold, Charles Hoffman, Christopher S. Perry, Fortune Seeker Brad, James Davis, Jeff Morlock, Jeffrey R. Stormer, Joe Stasakonis, John Rivas, John Ross, Kevin Headley, Chris Gibbler, and Ollie's friend.
Well,
That's a lot.
Happy birthday.
That's a lot tomorrow, and I think there's more too because it cuts off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably was more then. Yep.
probably was, yep.
Happy day, happy day.
Happy birthday.
But we'll
birthday.
focus on tomorrow's birthday just
Okay.
because he jumps on quite a bit and an active member. Joe Stasakonis.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
He's out there on the West Coast in Clovis, California. He's over 40 plus years of mining from placer, load, dredging, smelting, and chemical processing. He goes out to the desert in the winter and mountains in the summer. Belongs to LDMA, GPAA, Central Valley Prospectors, Delta Gold Diggers, AMRA, you name it. He found the site. He was referred to by a friend, Bob Paul.
Okay.
So, and at the time, when he had his profile created or his last update, he uses high bankers, dry washers, Falcon, water table, MineLab Gold Monster 1000.
Wow.
I tell you what, when you go prospecting with him, he has everything. You don't have to worry about anything. He's got it all.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, he's got all the cool toys.
Right. Oh man, 40 years, and it sounds like he's done all the types possible. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh Joe.
Oh, trust me, through the years you gain a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, happy birthday, Joe, too. That is awesome.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Now I don't know. We didn't talk about it pre-show. I don't know. Rich, did you have your segment tonight, or Dennis?
Yeah, it's still going to be on the folders and stuff.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, what we can do, we can jump to a commercial, and we can come back with some Cooley's Corner if you want. Want to do that?
Okay.
All right. Well, that's what we'll do. So we will be right back, everybody, after this message.
All right.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit DirtHogPayDirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. DirtHogPayDirt.com, the best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Last week we talked a little bit about hand signals, which I really couldn't find any actual pictures. But in this article, it was getting into talking like some of the signals. So basically, I'll pick up where we left off. At times, you may be faced with need to winch boulders out of a dredge hole located in deeper water. In this case, the diver will heavily weighted down to stay on the river bottom. You may also be some distance from the stream bank. In this setting, it may be nearly impossible for the diver to surface to get time signals to the winch operator. Process of getting up to surface can simply take too long. When this is your situation, if the water is not moving too fast, you may consider using a buoy tied to a rope that is anchored near the dredge hole to relay your signals. This guy personally have found the best and safest signals to be. The buoy under the water means pull. Buoy floating on the surface means stop pulling. And the buoy bobbing up and down the water means give slack. So this method of buoy signals is relatively safe. The buoy is anchored a short distance from the boulder. In order to pull the buoy underwater and hold it there, the diver would have to be away from the boulder on the pull signal. If the buoy is floating, the diver can be aware, which is why it's the best choice for it to stop signal. You need to make certain, however, that nothing is allowed to snag the buoy's rope, like the pull cable or an airline, which could pull the buoy underwater and cause a false pull signal. One other safety note, all divers must always watch their own hookah airlines during the winching to make sure that the airlines and the signal ropes don't get tangled up. When signaling boulders, try to make sure the pull cable will not rub too heavily or get crushed against the other boulders. It's always best to protect the pull cable and let the boulder sling take the pounding. The boulder sling is going to be pounded anyway. Because of the rough duty, the boulder sling should be replaced or repaired periodically. One type of boulder sling that's often used in the field is the long, heavy-duty tow chain with end hooks, which allow the chain to quickly release adjust to the length. The system gives a fast setup to strap the chain around the boulder in the proper place, connect the end to give it the right fit, and it's ready to go. And I've tried that before, and you never found the right size of rock to be able to hook it, because it always seems to want to slip off when you go to pull it. So the chains didn't really work for us very good.
Gotcha.
However, some of the boulders are smoother and rounder, which makes it more difficult to get a good bite. With the sling made out of chain, every time you start to pull the boulder, it might move just a little, then the chain slips off. Logging cable chokers are also useful in making a cable sling. They will tighten up the boulder as you pull. This may improve the situation, but still not work problems free. For round and smooth boulders, found the best remedy is a boulder harness. Homemade boulder harness consists of heavy cable chain, steel pipe, cable clamps. It's very easy to construct. The section of steel pipe slides into the cable to protect it and keep the cross chains properly positioned. It's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the boulders come easy and some do not. A lot of problem in breaking the boulders initially. Suction, compaction, and the stream bed. If your winch does not have the power to pull a boulder the way you have to sling it up, sometimes you can break the boulder free by using a rolling hitch. Rolling hitch is rigged by slinging the boulder backwards, then running the chain or cable over top of the boulder. This places the winch pulling power along the most leveraged position of the boulder, so it'll help to roll it out.
Okay.
When pulling the boulders up or out of a dredge hole, you should pull them for some distance away from the hole. Otherwise, if more boulders to be moved, you may begin backing up along your ramp or block the passage of more boulders. This could require you to move them again, which takes more time. If you're dealing with relatively deep stream bed material, a lot of boulders, you may want to set up an adjustable directional change block between the holes. This way the boulders can be winched out of the hole in several directions, which it gives a bunch of different pictures. But Diver safety. A diver will be the safest by staying well away from the area where the boulder is being winched and the path that will be taken is being pulled. The forces involved in winching and more than enough could cause very serious injury or accident. Since the diver is underwater, the winch operator cannot see him or see what's happening when the boulder is located.
Right.
What can happen down there, though, is when the diver sees the boulder getting hung up on things, as it's being pulled along, he wants to move in and help it along with his pry bar. The less power that your winch provides, the more the diver will naturally feel the need to help the boulder along in this way. Never forget that your safety margin is considerably reduced when you get near that boulder, especially when it's being pulled. The safer course of action would be to stop pulling, reset the harness, reset the direction of the pull. Double blocking, basically, it's accomplished by attaching a snatch block to the boulder sling, running the pull cable through the block, and then back to the last directional change anchor.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically pulling it 2 ways.
Okay.
Moving boulders with a floating winch. Dredging is very hard, tedious work. The more you dredge, the more you realize how much time it actually spent moving oversized material. Probably kind of different to do, with a floating dredge, unless you have a bigger one. But
I don't even see how that would work.
Some pay streaks don't have any large boulders at all. Then again, some pay streaks have an abundance of boulders, many of which are too large to move by hand. When it's this case, gold production results are no longer dependent on how well you can operate a section nozzle. They depend on how efficiently the boulders can be moved out of the way. Okay. Pay streaks at times can be time and energy consuming to find in the first place. Being effective at moving the boulders out of the way can greatly lessen the dredger's ability to succeed. So basically it's saying it'll take a lot of time and it might not be worth it.
Right.
I'm not going to get into that too much. Basically, doing my research, I was going to have Ken on tonight, but he's busy.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 things that can also deal with this. Let's see if I can get the links in the chat room here.
Okay.
It's 2 different types of products. I didn't want to do that. I just got rid of Gold Prospector Space. Oh. Now let me get it back.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Basically, this is a product called Easy Break.
All right.
And let's try this again. See if I can get this product and get it in the chat room there.
I know that one they're using on Whitewater, the thing they made up, seems to be working pretty cool. I don't know if I'm the only one that's seen it.
Okay, that's a product called Easy Break. And let me see if I can find the other one here, and then I'll go ahead and keep going with my spiel.
Let's see. Easy Break. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see what an Easy Break looks like. Oh.
Okay.
There you go, Rich.
Hopefully you guys can click on them. Easy Break is basically a product. Blasting cartridges are not included with the kits. The cartridges are sold separately and shipped separately. Basically, it has a price list there. They have a Micro Blaster number 1. The Micro Blaster is a compact and affordable demolition system utilizing a fast-burning proprietary gas-producing cartridge to crack the rock in masonry. Operated remotely with a 25-foot pull cord. Micro Blaster is safe and easy to use. Because of its low energy output, this system is pretty usable in almost any environment, requiring only a 5/16 diameter hole, 9 inches deep. The system can be employed without the need of expensive large hole drilling system. And seems like that'd be pretty cool. They have a Micro Blaster 2. Micro Blaster 2 offers several improvements of the original Micro Blaster. It's triggered by a pressure pulse, simply drilling the strategy. System cannot fire until remotely pressurized by the operator. Simultaneously firing of multiple microblaster 2 units, which allow much larger mass to be cracked through the use of the manifold valve. So, and that's triggered from a 25 feet distance, requiring only a 5/16 inch hole, 10 inches deep. The other one is a microblaster 3.
Right.
Simultaneously trigger 1, 2, or 3 heads. Basically, minimum 75 PSIs, 7-gallon portable air tank recommended to trigger the systems.
Mm-hmm.
So, different setup there.
They are actually pretty cool,
They
and you
are
don't have to have a license to run them. So that's
right.
Right. That's the thing. You don't need a license for them.
Yeah.
Then the other product that I posted is basically a non-explosive controlled demolition agent. It's by providing solid, expansive cracking.
I'd just like to try one out and see.
Oh, they work. They work.
It's a powder with amazing 18,000 psi's expansive strength when mixed with common water. Poured into the hole. Dexpan breaks enforced concrete, rock safely and quietly while providing silent cracking. Basically, of course, you drill the holes and then you apply the stuff.
Right.
Demolition of mass reinforcement concrete foundations for masonry, pillars, beams, bridges, walls. So you can use it on excavating and rock breaking, stone quarry, and all kinds of stuff.
Wow. None of us have ever used one, right?
No.
Scott, you haven't used one?
No, I haven't used one, but like Shannon's used one, explained it to me and how he used it and stuff like that. And I've watched some pretty good videos out there on the Sierra Blaster too.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on TV.
Yeah, it's inch and a half drill bit. The hole should be drilled about a foot deep.
Okay.
In a bucket, combine 0.4 gallons, which is 1.5 liters of cold water, with one 11-pound package of the Dexpan. Mix well in the slurry, no clumps. Sure, should be poured into the holes within 10 to 15 minutes after mixing.
And that just basically expands and cracks the rock, right, Rich?
Yep.
That would be cool, too.
Yeah, it actually detonates off air. That's what's so cool.
Oh, no, that's the microblaster that detonates off air,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Yeah, this is that other stuff.
This is the Dexpan. It's just basically a concrete mix that you pour in, and it expands, and it'll crack the rock.
That's pretty cool, though, too.
That would be neat. I mean, each one would have its good application, I'm sure. But
yeah, maybe use to break concrete, including reinforced concrete rocks, including limestone, granite, marble, flagstone. Breaks or cracks vary due to drilling pattern done by the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Acting time is not guaranteed. Allow at least 24 hours for complete set time. So
that would be the downside,
Yeah.
Is the wait time on that one, where the microblasters drill it, plug it, and pop it, right?
Right.
And you're done. Moving it.
Or if you wanted to go old school, you could always use 3 chisels.
Sure, right, yeah. and what do they call them? Swages or something like that? Yeah, true. I mean, that's always...
Of course, in this one, they have all kinds of diamond drills, the diamond blades, the diamond wires, cut bits, diamond grinding tools.
Yeah, that's the probably the expensive part and the time consuming is drilling that thing. And
oh yeah,
probably.
It ain't like you can just get a hammer drill and have a generator by the creek with the drill holes and stuff.
Well, Rich, did you? I don't, like I said, I don't know if you've been watching Whitewater, but Fred.
No, I haven't.
Well, Fred, he adapted a drill bit onto the end of a rod for his hammer drill, and that thing's like 12 foot long, so. They'll stick that thing under the water and drill a big boulder and, beat a bolt into it, hook a chain to it, and pull it out. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea. And like you said, generator to run your hammer drill, and that's it. And it seems to be working. That's a good idea.
They drill a hole and then they pound us.
Yeah, they put a lag in it, lag bolt or whatever, and then they hook a chain to it and pull it on out of there. That's
cool.
Yeah, I mean, Fred made a bit for that hammer drill. That's like I said, it's like 8-10 feet long. So the diver puts the bit where he wants it drilled, and they just squeeze the trigger and drill it up above the water.
Then they take the big rod down in there, pound it in, hook it to the chain, and lift it out.
A winch to it and pulling up out of there. Yeah, and then down the creek. I mean, works.
I was gonna say, how they get the hooks and stuff back out? I guess they don't.
Yeah, right. Probably they just leave the lag and get the bolt and the chain. That's about it. But other than that, you're gonna leave your, But it's like, hey, good idea. It works. I mean, there's.
Yeah, you ain't got to mess around with any cables or anything. You just, drill it out, hook it up, get it out of there.
Yeah,
so it's fast and easy. And
it's working. It's
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck yeah, why not? It's another option for sure.
Yeah, so that was pretty much that exercise there. So I didn't really find any other hand signals or anything. I was looking for divers.
Right.
I had the regular signals for like forklifts and all other kind of stuff like that, but
oh, bummer. I'd like to know so now. I think.
Well, I didn't. I'm sure it has it for divers, but I didn't have to go prospecting. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, gotcha. Just a diver.
When it comes to winches and stuff like that.
I gotcha. Right for that. Mm-hmm.
There's probably a big similarity. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Well, that's what that guy just basically said using a buoy.
Mm-hmm. Well, what they're doing on like Whitewater, but they're on a comm system, of course, and then they'll let them know when they're getting ready to pull. The diver will go over to the side and come up out of the water where they can see where the diver is. Then they'll begin their pull. When they know the diver's clear. So, I mean, but like I said, they're working with comms, so it's totally different.
Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they can communicate with each other, the whole thing. So when you ain't got that, you need those hand signals. But I'm with you, Rich. It'd probably be almost like crane signals. So pretty cool, though. It's good stuff. Definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. That was a good one.
I mean, it's not something that I don't think a lot of us run into out our way here is them big boulders but when you guys, like Rich, when you was out there.
Oh, when I was in Idaho, man, they're like everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dennis and Scott, when they were out there, they're big boulders out in them areas that you got to deal with to get to that gold. So it's like.
Yeah, you get on them big boulders, and you're always wanting to find a pot of gold once you hit down underneath them. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
so
I still got them here.
You got them there too, Scott?
Oh, my gosh. You get 4 feet down, and you're going to find boulders.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's some that we'll dig around the back and let it drop, dig around the front and let it just keep going forward. We're not moving it. There's no way.
Wow. I'll be darned. Out in the desert.
I've seen, VW hoods.
I'll be darned. That's crazy. I didn't think you had to deal with them out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be darned. That's cool.
They usually try to dig around and hit bedrock all down in front of them and then start working down in front of it, about it. Depending on how big a rock is, back about 8 to 10 inches back in underneath, and then start hitting the sides.
Right.
Now you want the rock to fall forward right on the clean bedrock. And that way you get behind it.
I got you. See.
But you gotta be careful when you're doing it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. DJ Henderson said Idaho is boulder hell. You guys will vouch for that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. All three is for sure. Man, dang. Boulder.
I've got some mammoth-sized boulders on one of my claims.
So what's your plan with them then? I mean, are you going to get a microblaster, or are you going to invest in some winches? What's your plan on that? Can you move them? Are you allowed?
Get a hold of DJ Anderson if I'm allowed to move them.
I mean, yeah, because are you allowed to move them down there? That's a whole nother topic, ain't it?
I don't know. It's so much out of the water, you can't move it.
Right. That's what I mean. So I was like, okay. So who knows? But if you can't move it, can you split it, Scott? I wonder.
No, I wouldn't touch it because they know where it's at if you asked about it.
Just don't even touch it. See, I'm not moving it. I'm just splitting it.
They're not going to see it that way.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Where's their sense of humor at? Yeah. That's wrong.
Listen to Dennis. He's probably thinking the same thing too. Blasted at night. I don't know what happened to it.
Lightning struck it. We don't know.
There you go.
Yeah,
lightning.
right. I stuck a metal rod on it and lightning hit it. Not my fault. It happens. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck, man, with them. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that's where the gold's at, Dennis. Under them big boulders, people aren't allowed to move.
I'm sure you guys in Ohio's ran into a couple of them. Shad and Kathleen's had to find a couple of boulders through their digging.
Not that damn big.
Right.
Really?
Usually you can either get a crowbar,
right,
and get some leverage, or if you have
or just dredge
a few
around
people, or dredge around it and just kind of then let it slide away.
Right.
Or off, but not like what's out west in Idaho and other places.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So usually you can get 2 Marines on it and flip it. And...
Yeah. See, I mean, nothing.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Just give me an E-tool and let me have at it.
But still,
you put a crowbar. You put a crowbar to one of these boulders out here. That boulder's going to be looking at you like you just fell off the dump truck.
The boulders aren't real, so you can't look at you. You're just a rock.
Yeah. Well, Scott, you need to get you a microblaster instead of a squircle. I think that would come in more handy.
Yeah, but see, the thing is we don't really blast any out here because, like I said, I'll go down. If I start seeing big boulders, I'll eat up in front of it about 4 or 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come back and I'll pick out the stuff in between the rocks. And then the ones I can roll just a little bit, you roll them to the back a little bit and eat what's under them. And then they roll back and then you get with the front. And by that time, it's just you just leave it there. There's no reason to move it.
I got you. Okay. Well, I still would you like to have one though? Just to having your little arsenal.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, to having your little arsenal of mining tools. I think it's something that you should have, all you guys.
But I mean, if I had a hard rock mine that was just so, but it produced an ounce a week,
right?
I would be happy with that. But you know what? Then you'd have to go in and make your blasts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have to have the Sierra blaster that has more than one blast on. I think would you say, Rich? It goes up to 3 or 4 now.
That one did 3, yeah.
3? Okay.
A series of 3, yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And see, if you're still doing blasting, you wanted to do in a cave to get it to come out right, you'd have to have at least, I would say, a 6 charge. You'd have to have 5 in a circle and then 1 dead in the middle, and then have them different timed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, get some dynamite and have at it.
Yeah,
old school.
Old school.
Blast one time, have to wait 24 hours just to get back in the cave.
Get the dynamite and let Shad do it because he loves to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See?
What about airbags? Yeah, you could do that, but thing about it is you're still digging underneath it anyway to try to get underneath it to put the airbag. So
yeah, that's true. That could be rough. Yeah, there's definitely options. I'm just glad we don't have to deal with them. Yeah, like you said, they're not that bad around here. So,
but like I said, if the money was there, that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
If I'm visibly looking at gold, thinking, man, I could sit here and pick on this, or I can blast a big chunk of it out and carry it all in one shot. That'd be.
Well, what's the cost of the Sierra blasters?
I think you're pulling $1,000 on at least. I think $1,000 on one of my seen. I can't remember. I haven't looked at them for a while.
Are you talking about the initial setup and then what's the cost for additional charges?
Charge, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember about the additional charges.
Because I'm sure, the initial investment for the setup is probably maybe a little bit more, but I can't see that something that small.
Yeah,
would be too expensive. I mean, unless you plan on blowing up a crap ton of rocks.
It looks like, what it come with? 4 or something? 4 charges?
Their website's pretty informational. Kick on there real quick, and last time I was on their website, I thought it was pretty informational real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had the prices, everything was right there, but yeah.
Oh, well,
like I said, if you were doing a lot of stuff, moving rock, and they were too big, I could totally see getting one of those.
Well, you can go, SierraBlaster, where they make big things small. A single head blasting system is $725. the forehead blasting system's up to $1,625.
Okay, that's
and then you just buy your Magnum cartridges and stuff. So you can get like a box of 50 for $77.
That's not bad.
Oh.
A boosters for 50 is $47.50. So yeah, like Scott says, if your ground can justify the additional operating expense to spend that money, it's worth it. But
the thing of it is once you buy it, it
yeah, you just gotta get the refills, basically. Mm-hmm. But even still, yeah, I agree with Scott on that. It's all about
but you got money. You think of the cost. You could have a guy come in there and knows what he's doing. He's been blasting all of his life. The the dynamite or deck cord or whatever he's using. He knows how to drill. He knows where to put it. He sets it. Comes out. That's costs. That guy's job. Trust me.
Oh, I bet
he hasn't been working around explosives all his life to get cheaped.
Right. That
so it's going to cost.
That would be expensive.
Well,
sure.
Yeah, but still, like Sierra blasters are good for people that don't need to pay for that expense.
Right.
Maybe smaller type of blast. We're not talking maybe tunneling, but moving some of those big boulders into more manageable sizes and weight. That's where these are good.
Yeah, what I was getting at, it's still cheaper. I mean, if you look at it, it's still cheaper than a 4 or 5 inch dredge.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so
yeah, but I don't know. That'd be a tough one. Tough cost to justify, like you said, unless you're using it a lot.
That's Sierra blaster. You still got to drill the hole and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You still.
Exactly. You need those tools.
Yeah.
Drill that powerful. You can't go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or Walmart.
And I'm sure the bit ain't cheap either.
Yeah.
Ain't like you can just get out and get a masonry bit,
Wow.
Even still, it also depends on what is the geological makeup of the rocks that you're trying to blast. Is it granite? Is it sandstone? Or what?
Right.
It's pretty cool. Like you said,
it's cool though.
It's a shame it ain't just like $200. Something like that. More reasonable and
cheap.
Yeah, cheap. You know what I mean? Cheap. Yeah, to where.
And me, if I was gonna use any kind of cutting tool for a stone or anything like that, like drill wise, I would punch a hole with something first, like a chisel or a pick or a punch. Get into the rock. Don't use the outside face because the outside face is weathered. It's going to be slick and it's going to be just messing you up. Mm-hmm. So I would always punch a little bit of a hole to get it going, because once you get inside that rock, then you find out what it's made out of.
Right.
I mean, if you're sitting there going for 10 minutes and you've went an inch, I think you need to find something else.
Well, yeah, it all depends on a makeup. Like something you can just use pure, brute force with like wedges and stuff, pounding them in with sledgehammers.
Right.
But then you're talking about how much energy and time spent. Is the cost worth it doing it that way, or maybe
bounce about hitting you, cutting you,
or getting blasters and kind of making your life easier.
Sure.
And plus, it just depends on your location. You're up in a mountainside. Well, I wouldn't be blasting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you're in the flatlands or desert area or like Idaho, then of course you're not gonna,
Sure.
There's some flexibility there for you, I guess.
And there's also the option of we got one 3 years ago, a gas powered jackhammer.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. Right. Yes. If it's gas
sounds like you're riding a dirt bike, but it runs really good.
But it get the job done.
Oh yeah.
It definitely would. So that's definitely pretty cool. Good idea. I like that. The gas-powered jackhammer. Mm-hmm.
And Rich, Rich was talking about slings and the rock slings and stuff earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, what kind of sling do you like best? I mean, I've MIG-shift some slings up out of, you take a plastic bucket, put the cables through it on both sides wide, hole at the bottom, hole at the top. That way, if it rips, it's going to take a little bit of time. And then you use the bucket as a cup behind the rock. But is there been other kind of like just things you thought of that work good for you?
I like the toe straps better. Like the strapping, like you use to I use them on 4-wheelers. Basically, it's a web strap that you can hook around a rock and then go through the webbing itself and then hook it to the cable. Mm-hmm. That actually pulls it tighter, and it won't slip as easy as a chain or something.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, you're right there. Do they rip easier though? Do you find them cut themselves on rocks or what?
Eventually, yeah, but if you change the position of it and not pull it in the same place all the time, it'd be all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
As long as you're not hooking it on a sharp edge every time, and if you're finding the way you're pulling it out, it works good if you do it right. You just gotta, before you start pulling, make sure it's adjusted correctly. And the way you loop it around a rock has a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah.
If you wrap it the one way and you go to pull it, it's pulling in a different direction. If you wrap the rock the other way and then pull the noose through the other end of it, it'll go tighter. Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain by telling it.
Right.
If you think about the way you hook something up and you hook it up one way and you hook it up the other, one way's going to be better than the other.
Those 18-wheeler truck trailer straps ain't too bad neither. How they'll go through. Or I guess you'd call them crane straps. I don't know. You could call them. I mean, they're on the trucks too, but they're also on cranes,
Yeah, they use them for lifting also. They're basically lifting straps. They can be anywhere from 2 inches wide to 4 inches wide. And they have loops on both ends, and they range from anywhere from 6 feet to 8 feet long. Mm-hmm. Now, the one I have is like 4 foot long. It has 2 loops on both ends. And we use it for like hooking the railroad ties and pulling them around. You can loop them through the railroad tie and then lift it up and put it on the back of the four-wheeler and then just drag it up through the mountain,
Yeah, they're strong.
And they get tight when you pull them.
Sure.
And then once you unhook them, they're easy to unloop,
Yeah, much easier.
That's the best part about them. They don't get cinched up in a knot or anything crazy.
Right. This is
once you pull them, they're easy to unhook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is true. Good point. I know Lou mentioned like float bags you could use. And, just all kinds of stuff, all kinds. You just use your imagination, I guess. Whatever works the best. Because there's definitely plenty of ways.
And out here, you remember I think it's been a while since I talked about that. We call it rock walking. Where you actually lift it up, put a rock, you lift it up again, put a rock, you lift it up again, put a rock, and then it gets high enough that you can actually flip it over.
Okay.
We've used that method quite a bit out here.
Wow.
Just because we got some the flat shaly rock up on the side of the hills.
Right.
So that's stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like you can get one 2 inches thick, 3 inches thick, one whatever you want, and just keep building it up, and eventually that thing will flip over pretty easy.
Wow. That's a lot of work too, ain't it?
Well, it takes work, but it's, if gold digging's work, that's why everybody's not doing it.
That's right. This is true, Scott. Oh, mercy.
Michael asked Tim, so when are you going to have OPHC back?
Racket.
Is that Dennis?
Wait,
Does he mean the honorary crony Hoagland?
Oh, is that
I don't know. Whatever. PhD. Man, Dennis must be partying.
Yeah, it must be.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we heard it.
Are you on a walkie-talkie now?
All right.
They got the whole families over, and they're down there playing games.
OPHC. Is that?
That's all right. No biggie.
Is that? Man,
Yes, he is right. I was right. It's he was referring to Kevlin Hogan.
Oh, okay.
OPHC.
Kevlin.
OPHC.
Blah, blah, blah.
We saw him at the event in Arizona.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah,
He was shocked. Granted, I talked to him for a month and told him, "Hey, we're coming out, blah blah blah," and when, and we, he conversing, but
right.
Uh-huh.
And then he was emceeing the raffle at the Mine Lab, the Nugget Shooter event, and he called my raffle ticket. So I went up there. And it was kind of dark, and I had my hat on, and he went up to give me my prize, and he just kind of looked at me like, "You're not. This is weird to see you here."
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Oh my gosh! And then he remembered me.
It's probably like if Swiftwater showed up to the event, people would be like, "Oh my God, you're here!"
He does exist.
That's what it was, and it was weird.
Why? What did you win, Kathleen?
Oh gosh, that night we won T-shirts. I got a short sleeve T-shirt, a long sleeve T-shirt,
hat.
We got a hat,
Mind Lab backpack,
a Mind Lab backpack, a Mind Lab tumbler.
You didn't tell us that.
Oh well, that was the cool thing. Everybody got something, and some people got a few things.
That's
I was
cool.
to say you guys smoked it.
Yeah, and we're still waiting for our $20 from Swiftwater.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, was I supposed to say that?
OPHC is in the house right now. You
Kevin.
people funny.
Honorary P. Wait, what's the OPHC? Explain
The
this.
original. I don't know what the P.
See, that's why I'm lost.
Prospector.
I don't know. Did he make that up himself now?
Honorary.
You guys.
Honorary. I'm not getting the P.
It's Prospector. It's got to be.
Original prospecting head crony?
Original Prospector honorary crony.
He don't even remember himself.
None of us know anything.
I think Tim got it.
Is that what it is, Scott?
I believe so, because he was. Remember, that's what he was doctored on, is the honorary crony.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
Maybe. I can't remember. We get forgetful sometimes. OPHC. It's like, okay. I was like, what?
Hey, it fits for the old guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The old prospecting honorary crony.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you know how they get when they get old, Scott. You know, it's
Yeah, they
I think
they start
Scott,
metal detecting more.
Scott, you have a New Year's resolution or goal, if you will. You need to go to at least three local events of interest next year.
Agreed.
For the whole year.
Agreed. I second it.
And report back to us and let us know how you did.
Yeah, and I want live streaming on Facebook or something to also prove you're there.
You've been there.
Agreed.
Well, if they're not in the middle of gold season, that kind of helps.
Well, that's always an excuse.
Right.
It's always gold
Always
season.
a gold season.
It's always gold season.
No, it's not always gold season.
It's always gold season.
Well, I'm just saying,
Gold
Scott,
season
I would
now,
love
I'm with
coming
Shad.
home.
I would love for you to go to the Chihuahua races.
Yes.
The Burro show.
Yes.
You got to go
See,
there.
Oh my God.
those are not.
For sure.
Those are not what I would call up my alley.
But
kind of
they're
things,
Festivals.
But
they're
they're
perfect,
worthy.
dude. You could make money there because you would look like a regular prospector.
Yeah.
You could bring Manny along and charge people
Get out of your
for
comfort
pictures.
zone.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Scott. Yeah.
And no more slinging boulders, man.
That's right. That could be your new prospecting. Your claim to fame. Get you some, 8x10 headshots made up and autograph them.
Listen to this back here cracking
I
up.
can't wait to move out there to go to these things.
I know you could so dress the part and just go in there like a boss, man. Just like the guys in Tombstone that are just standing there.
Yeah.
You want my picture? You could so do it.
$5.
He could, yeah. $5. Autograph picture, Scott Swiftwater Toney. I think so, Scott. We got to see this because you can't use mining season as an excuse. You got to go to. Shad said 3.
I like the number 3 just because there's going to be some easy ones for him that he can go to.
Exactly.
But I would love
you gotta
at
remember,
least
Arizona.
one really unique event would be so cool for him to
Yeah,
go.
you guys got to understand. You guys read these places off, and you think, oh, just by the map, there, as a crow flies.
It's a
no, they're
crow
close.
fly,
Oh, it
dude.
says
Yeah,
the crow
but I don't fly with the crows. You got to drive on the road.
Well,
Dude, when I go from Pennsylvania to Ohio, do you think it's a freaking 2-hour drive?
right.
No.
It's like a couple crows, man.
That's a lot of crows.
I'm just saying, there is no straight line.
You know how
in
many
Arizona.
crows we had to fly to Arizona from Ohio?
Yeah, really.
That was a lot of crows.
That's a lot of crows.
You ain't catching what I'm throwing out there, buddy.
We're catching.
When I
There
went
ain't
from
no
PA
straight
to
line.
North Carolina, what do you think? I mean,
What? No straight line.
Alabama.
That's right.
Dude, you know what,
PA to
Kevin?
Ohio.
Kevin's on here. He can put in the chat room. There's no straight roads in Arizona. There is none.
There's no straight roads in Ohio either. But that's
where do you think we live? Monopoly board?
Yeah, but you guys got roads going everywhere. We just got them going up or down or across them. That's
that makes it easy.
You don't have you don't have no diagonal ones going through the mountains.
Dude, I live in Pennsylvania. Do you think there's flatland here? No.
I'm just
I live in a desert. All right, Scott? Do we need to pull out the definition of a desert for you?
Yeah. What's the largest desert in the world?
In the world?
Isn't it the Gobi Desert?
No.
Largest.
That's Sahara.
It's the North Pole.
What?
Oh, Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically correct.
Trick question.
Outside the polar areas is the Sahara, a subtropical desert.
Yeah, but they consider a desert anything with a certain amount of precipitation.
Okay.
What does precipitation have to do with driving to a
exactly.
Because I'm trying to throw you guys off. You didn't catch it? Come on.
Yeah. No, we're not catching what you're throwing.
No.
I know it.
He's just trying to change the
He's
subject.
trying to weasel out of his New Year's resolution.
I didn't have one.
Yeah, we just gave you one.
My New Year's resolution is to find more gold.
Well, you'll find it at the gold shows.
And to actually...
All you have to do is go to a gold show
videos.
in a panty tub and you will.
That's right. The gold is in the people you'll meet. See?
Now, I don't mind going to the gold shows. That's why I go to the gold shows when they're around here.
These are all gold related, the ones we're trying to send you to. Chihuahua races. They're just little bonuses.
You guys were trying to send me to the cowboy poetry.
Whatever. Cowboy Christmas.
Oh my God. Dude, you would be epic in there.
Oh, shoot.
I tell you what, next year, because they have it every year in Wickenburg, right?
Right.
Yep.
We will write you a poem even so you can perform it.
I say we plan a vacation.
I wouldn't trust you guys. No way.
And we're going to take him and go do it.
Yes.
Yes. We'll even, hey, I tell you what, if we can do it next year and come out, you're coming with us and we're all going to do a poem on stage.
See?
It'll be fun.
I think it would be great, if Scott would do that. I think you should do it, Scott. Just do it.
Yeah.
You got to earn your stripes. We've all done it. It's your turn.
Listen to you guys.
Yeah, Danny riding a donkey holding a chihuahua.
Mm-hmm. Just saying. You got to do it.
You can rent it.
Right?
Rent the chihuahua.
Do it, Scott, the crows fly all day. You just get in and just go.
Like I said, I usually don't get out because let's say this time of year I'm like neck deep in a hole. I don't have time to go to like events and stuff. And I wanted to go to the ones that Kevin was at and Shad and Kathleen showed up to and Nugget. All you guys was out there doing metal detector. And I wanted to show up that, but things happen and somebody got sick and it's just things you got to do.
We understand, Scott. It's okay, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to that one.
It was cool.
Going.
Yeah, I know you were, man. I knew it.
Yeah.
Always knew it. Now, somebody asked, though, Scott, they thought you had some type of a big announcement on Christmas Day, and they were waiting for you to go live, and I guess you never did.
That's right, he did, didn't he?
Imagine that, would you?
Hey, I said I might. I said there was a maybe in that.
What? Well, can you share it with us now?
The chat room, brother.
Can you share it with us now that it's over?
I didn't hear maybe. I thought I was going to do that, and I was going to do this.
The live Christmas thing, and he was upset because he thought Shad and Kathleen.
Because he thought Shad and them already had theirs.
Yep, and that's why I just didn't do it.
No, that's why you didn't do it. You thought we stole your thunder like a week and a half in advance. My bad.
No, I didn't do it because I was thinking Christmas, and then I was actually kind of following Facebook a little bit, checking out, just like who's around, and there wasn't really a lot of people on it. I thought, what, it's not going to really work. If you see a lot of momentum, like everybody's posting their pictures and stuff like that, everybody's phone's on.
Yeah.
So if I would have seen that much, I was like, okay, now it's going to be worth it. But what I was seeing, like nobody was hardly posting anything. Trust me, I got a lot of people out there in Goldland. That's on my Facebook page.
We know you do. 8x10 glossies.
Yeah.
Better get them printed up, Scott. I'm telling you. I think we should just invest in that, you guys. Let's get a bunch of 8x10s of Scott printed up.
Oh, I know.
You know?
Good old headshots.
Right? Yeah, some good old headshots from Olin Mills or something. I don't know.
I'll send a 20 by 20 to you guys for a housewarming gift.
We'll send him up to Sears and have his headshots done at Sears or JCPenney's or something and get him for us, Scott, okay? Do it.
But that's, like I said, that's the only reason why I didn't do the Christmas thing, because I didn't see a lot of people was on, and I was like, if the people's phones were on, that would be different because you'd get the notifications.
Okay.
But if nobody's paying attention because Christmas night, everybody's got somebody over, or maybe people stayed late.
That's putting too much thought in it, though, Scott. You just got to go.
No, but that's the thought you got to put in it.
No, you just go. I don't care if there's one person or 1 million. I'm going to do it.
I think that's an excuse myself because it still would have been there for us to enjoy even after we had family over.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of
out in the cloud.
I kind of feel like I got cheated this Christmas because Scott didn't come on.
Yep. You're right, Shad.
I'm kind of sad about it.
Shot us down.
Yeah. Everybody was waiting. They were standing by.
I mean, honestly, Scott, we had our TV on, and we had it to Facebook. We were waiting. We had the whole family of 20-some Asian American
just waiting
people here, ready to watch it as a family, and you never came on.
See?
I am not believing that for a moment.
Well,
Dude, trust me.
No, we really did have that many people.
You need to believe it. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, PhD's trying to call us.
Oh, better answer.
Well, wait.
There we go.
I can't answer him on this line. He's got to do the other one. The 419-520-7574 one, the call-in number. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's calling the wrong one.
Yeah, he's calling the show one. Right. Yeah.
Right.
You got to do the 419-520-7574. OPHC. He's probably going to ride Scott Little, too, since Scott don't.
Well, hey, and while we're waiting on that, I'm proud of Kathleen here, my wife.
What's that? What did she do?
Right, she took a sip of the scotch and was like, I like this one a lot better than this other one that we haven't drank it for a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
I go, really? So I went and got another glass, poured more scotch of the one we've been drinking tonight, and put in the other that she said that she brought up the name.
Right.
And I brought them back to her, and she was actually absolutely spot on which is which and what she liked.
Oh, like a comparison.
Yeah, oh yeah, she could tell by the smell and the taste.
Wow, very nice.
I'm so proud right now.
Well,
you have no
cool.
idea. I got tears in my eyes.
That's special.
It's special.
Some of those scotches are just, they've got a taste that man. Ugh.
Some of them are bad.
Some are bad, but
I'm telling you, this one's one of my favorites.
There's some good ones, yeah, and you don't need to get the ridiculously expensive ones, man. No. And that was the one thing about that documentary we watched about them, and it's like you really learned a lot. And they all say between the 12-15 year range has some of the best flavor in scotches. And yeah, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars. That's crazy.
We went to that Buffalo Trace one. We wanted
that's
down
bourbon,
there.
right? But same thing, basically.
Right.
That was cool.
Now here's a fun fact for you: the distilleries out in Scotland for Scotch whiskey, right, will actually buy Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Oh, really?
See, the dogs got excited too.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually buy used barrels that were used in Kentucky for bourbon.
Okay.
And they'll actually ship them over to Scotland, and that's what they distill their Scotch whiskey in.
I'll be darned.
Amazing.
That's pretty interesting.
I was shocked because I was like, oh my gosh, that's a Buffalo Trace barrel they're aging the Scotch in.
Uh-huh.
Glenmorangie, and it's like...
Because in Kentucky you can only use
it once, the barrel once. So it's so cost effective, they don't have that rule. But to be considered Kentucky bourbon, it has to be distilled in Kentucky and in a brand new oak barrel.
I'll be darned. Didn't know that. That's a fun little fact.
The fun fact.
It is. That's a fun fact on.
I think that's another cool trip I want to do one time is actually go not just here in the U.S. to all the bourbon tours, but go to Scotland and drink all the scotches, go to Ireland and drink all the whiskey.
You just want to go on a bender, huh?
Pretty much.
Cross country.
Hey, did anybody was there a gold rush this weekend, or am I missing something?
When on Friday, you mean?
Yeah.
I think
Mad Dog 2020.
I think there was. Yeah, I think there was.
You in high school still drinking that?
Mad Dog. Yeah, I remember them days. I think there was. Scott, why? Did you not watch it?
Well, it didn't record, and then I seen a commercial that says all new this next Friday.
Oh, during the Christmas break holiday, they usually do reruns, right?
Okay.
And then after break, I never understood why. I guess they think you're not going to watch as much TV.
Right.
But yeah, usually you get a break between the actual live current shows and they play an old one.
Because I turned it on and they were still working on setting up Rick's wash plant, and they already got that done, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
they
must have been an old one.
Thought he was calling in.
Who's pick though? Who you guys? You guys got the? Come on, who's going to hit their goal?
I have no idea, and I have no idea what the goals are.
Yeah, we haven't been watching it.
I'll go with Toney Beats.
I don't know. Tony's
his kids.
Oh wait, who's running what now then?
Oh God.
I think if I had to throw
You're going with Parker, aren't you?
No, I'd have to go out there with Rick.
I don't know. I might have to go with Parker. I think
You got to remember, man. Parker's trying to do 3 years of work in 1 year. Now,
so that's their goal. Oh, you're talking about whatever goal they set in the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, who's actually going to kick it in.
So I guess here's my question, Scott, because you got to remember I haven't watched it yet. Who set a realistic goal, and who set a goal that is like a pie in the sky BS goal just for TV?
Right. True.
Well,
but
at the first of the year, if you remember, Rick had to change some equipment stuff. So was his goal realistic? I don't know.
Now his goal is
so.
like 1,000 ounces, right, Scott? I think he said.
I think it's higher than that.
Was it? I thought it was just 1,000.
Oh, it's got to be higher than that. He's already did the 1,000.
No, he hasn't. I don't think he's did 500 yet.
Oh, I thought he's already did 1,000.
All right, first we need to agree. What show is Scott actually watching compared to what we're about this?
I'm just saying, I think realistically at the first of the year, Rick's goal, I thought he was at 2,000 ounces. But with the stuff that he was running, and then he switched places, and then then the wash plant wasn't doing enough. That goal, if you're thinking about if that's what you were stuck with, would have never came by. Parker's goal, he's looking to dig 3 years in 1 year, which that is achievable, but you'd have to get more equipment, more people working. Right. And then, that's why that one little gal come in there that did his timing or the efficiency thing, and which that did benefit Parker to his goal of doing what he was doing.
You really like that efficiency expert. You talk about her a lot.
But you know what? You got it. And I'm with Parker. You do have to think outside the box. And when she come in, and I liked his bringing. She didn't know anything about mining. She just knew numbers. Period. She didn't give a darn if you were driving a bulldozer. She didn't care how the wash plant was doing. She just knew numbers. This runs this much. You putting in this much. How much can we get? It's a numbers game. So yeah, I think she come on. She did a fantastic job for Parker. And I think if anybody's ever got an operation that's even like half that, if you get somebody that's going to college and they're a numbers person, come and have them take a look and see what their timing is and see what they can get you to. It does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Joe Stassiconis, happy birthday tomorrow. Right, by the way, just commented in the chat room. Said Parker fired her.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't fired. She was done with the job.
Okay.
Oh, so now we have a dispute.
Well, I think they put fire just for the drama. That's just my opinion.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I watched the episode where Parker's like, well, she's all done now, and she's did a great job, and I'll be
fired.
Yeah, I didn't hear you get fired. But
no, I will agree. I understand your point, right? The efficiency, you should always look at how you're doing how you're operating today, finding gold, and look for ways to improve. How much time you're spending actually on the material, getting that pay dirt, and that's what you want to focus on. Reducing your costs. You want to make money, and I think that's what even recreational miners should try to get to. Is think how can you make money from your passion, and that's.
And I was actually mind blown because I thought all this time that I've watched these shows, I actually thought, for real, that the fuel truck drove to the machinery.
Oh, makes
And when
Instead of them going to a fuel depot, right?
Oh, yeah, because they're going 3 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes to fill, and 20 minutes back. Well, that's...
All right, Scott, honestly, this is my problem with Gold Rush besides the hyper drama that goes on now in the show. I really wish they would be transparent and actually break down their operating costs per site.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think that would be so fascinating.
It would be.
Like, to understand this is what's really going into it, people, and this is what they're trying to do. And then it would make so much more sense to people also about the efficiency expert and like having the fuel truck go to the equipment and not the equipment come to it. It would make you understand how incredibly vital a business decision like that to operate your mind, how crucial it is to make a better profit or make a profit at all.
Yeah, but nobody's going to put their real numbers like that across.
I know, but it's still, to me, they should do a calculation, because obviously half the time I think they're finding more gold elsewhere than just that one little operation they have going on, for all you know.
All right.
I still think they should be able to break down an average cost, for them per season. So, okay, this is the average cost of how much they're spending for fuel with all these vehicles, for how many hours they're running, their wash plant, the generators, the pumps, everything. And then really put it in that perspective. Are there salaries being paid? I mean, this is all you could be hypothetical average numbers per operation to give you an idea of what the real cost is.
Without the money that they get from being on the show.
Yeah, forget that with all the little, hey, Volvo, check me out.
That's right. Well, speaking of celebrities, somebody just popped in and joined us. Mr. Kevin Hoagland's here. What's going on, Kevin?
Celebrity.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's happening, man?
Oh, everything. Everything's happening.
Everything.
First off, Scott, what gold show are you going to come to and be a speaker at?
What's that?
What gold show are you going to come to and be a speaker at? That will take care of one of your requirements.
Now, Kevin, here's the thing. If he shows up to a gold show GPA event to speak, he has to bring Manny with him.
No.
That's fine.
See, Manny's cool.
Manny's on the site now.
He is. Manny is an official member. Manny has been in the chat room all night just yucking it up. So
that's just funny.
See, Scott, you could be a guest speaker and, get out there and share your knowledge with the millions of Swiftwater fans.
Well, I mean, I could do that, but I'd have to put together something, It takes some time to put together something that sounds good, but yeah, I could do it.
Really?
I'll see you do that, man. But you won't go to a Chihuahua
walk up there
race.
and talk.
What's that?
Just share your experiences. Answer questions.
No. This is classic Swiftwater. He's already developing the excuse to why he won't be there.
I know. Yeah.
No, there's no excuse. I'd do it. There's no big deal about that.
All right.
Okay, so which show do you want to be at?
Well, I'm in Phoenix, so I'm in Phoenix.
You want to do Phoenix and Pomona?
Look at you.
I can't do Pomona.
You can or you can't?
I can't do Pomona.
All right.
When's the Phoenix Gold Show?
I don't know. I work there. I don't know when
Now,
all I know is I'm going to be at all of them. That's the only thing I can tell you that I know for sure. I honestly don't have the schedule in front.
Shoot, that's worth trekking across the country to go see.
Right, to see just to see Scott speak at the Gold Show, it'd be priceless. I mean, I just don't. But I'm in a. It's like you won't go to the Chihuahua races, but you'll go to Phoenix. How far is Phoenix, Scott, as the crow flies?
That's just one crow.
Yeah, the Phoenix is just straight down the road like 60 miles, but where the Gold Show's at, it's like 20.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be there. There's no reason you wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be there because I haven't missed it. So.
Oh.
Look at that, Kevin.
And if I have to, I can come by and pick you up.
Oh, there we go. Now there's no excuses.
There you go.
No excuses now, Scott.
And that's May or March 7th through the 8th, 2020 at the Arizona State Fair.
I was going to say the only one that I missed here was last year's because it was in Tucson, and that was too far for me to go at that time.
Dude, that was 2 years ago. So did you miss it in Phoenix last year and Tucson the year before?
No, I didn't go to Tucson's. That's what I'm saying. But I've went to everyone in Phoenix.
Everyone.
I think Scott's mixed up with the largest gem show that happens in Tucson that was this year.
Yeah.
No,
that's where he's mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I can tell you that every gold show that we've had in Phoenix, oh God, for as long as I can remember, Scott's been at.
Oh, see, well, Scott would be a good speaker.
Yeah, we used to.
Scott would be a good speaker.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going there and seeing all kinds of dredges and good stuff, and now it's desert, so you get a lot of dry washing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still great.
And now people can go next year and see you, Scott. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I would. Kevin, seriously, if you think I'll do it, if you want to do it, I'll do it.
Done.
Sweet.
Send me an email. Give me an outline. Just give me.
No, you can't do that, Kevin. You can't. You can't depend on him to call, text, or email you.
Hey, Shad.
Yeah.
Shad, send me an outline of what Scott's going to talk about. We'll just take care
of it. Okay. I'll put it.
And if worst comes to worst, we'll send an Uber for him. We'll get him over there.
Oh, there you go. There, yeah.
Look at that.
I'll get him a VIP badge.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. now you're talking.
I don't know about anybody else, but that's impressive right there.
It is.
Scott's
I would like to have. Truly, Scott, I would like to have you as a speaker.
I guess the easiest thing, Kevin, to talk about is like how I got started in it, and just go from there on how to where I'm at now, I guess, and what I look for and what I've done and stuff. That's about the only thing that'd be the greatest, I guess.
Oh, you're a knowledgeable character, Scott. That you would be good. That would be very interesting to sit and
I think I'd pay to go see that.
I know.
I'm really tempted to jump on a plane on a Friday and hurry and go there and come back Sunday.
Could do that.
I'm thinking we're going to do that. If Scott's really going to speak,
we'll have to see about it.
We will be at the Phoenix Gold Show 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's gonna be responsible for sending me his bio in a headshot?
Oh, there we go.
I'm not taking that responsibility.
Now
somebody needs to take that on, because I will start promoting Scott as being a speaker at the Phoenix Gold Show next week. If I have
nice.
a headshot and a bio, I'll make it happen.
Scott,
I'm sure we can find a headshot of Scott.
Just take any of the ones off the side.
Well, I was going to say the same one that's on the banner would work. I mean,
that's a good one, Shad. The banner.
Yeah, that is a good. I have the original file for that.
That
would
be the perfect
I will send that over.
Swiftwater. Yep. Mm-hmm. Nice.
There you go. Look at that, Scott. We are connecting you.
Well, I'm in deep now, folks.
Look at that.
And they're already taking side bets. So that's really interesting.
Who's taking a side bet?
He's getting back out over now.
Don't leave me hanging, brother. Don't leave me hanging.
Kevin, now you know me and I know you, and I wouldn't leave you hanging, buddy.
Yeah, I know you won't. And with all the talk about blasting and everything else, Scott, what are you going to be doing late June?
I'm pretty open unless I've got a dynamite claim going on. But, all I'm looking right now is anywhere from 30 to 40% stuff that I've been seeing. I'm really not happy, but I'm just, I got my eyes open, but, my eyes ain't closed to anything else neither.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I put in my permit, and I'm working on my blast schedule on a hard rock project I've been working on.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm looking at probably the middle of June to the end of June to do the second, third round. One will be a 12, and the other one will be an 18-foot.
There you go.
Okay.
There's a good chance to go out and blow some stuff up.
Well, it sounds like you want me and Kathleen there and not Kathleen.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I like blowing things up.
Well,
give me some tannerite. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh, tannerite, that's amateur level, man.
No, it's just easy to get.
See, how often do you get an invite to blow some stuff up, Scott?
I know.
Hey,
I'm so
sweet.
Dang it, Kevin! What the heck, man?
Like I said,
invited to. You know better.
Oh, I don't want to be invited to. I want to be the only invitee. don't want no Scott Swiftwater there.
Yeah, you're invited too.
It's Shad and Kathleen blowing up.
Hey, Kathleen.
What's up?
Kathleen.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come blow some stuff up in late June, early July?
I do. Yeah. I want to blow some stuff
people,
up.
You want to bring some people with you, like that
plus one.
Shad? You want to bring him with you?
Yeah, I'll see what he's doing.
Plus one.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathleen's plus one a Shad. There you go.
Plus one. Hey, I'll be plus one. I'm not above that.
Right. That's right.
Hey, Kevin, since I got you on here, there's something I wanted to ask you because I've been trying to chase it down because I know you've come on sometimes about metal detecting and stuff like that. But if I want people out there, because I get a lot of people asking me where to metal detect, and I always tell them I'm the best bullet finder you ever found because unfortunately, I'm always in the wrong spot. But as for you, I know you've been a lot of places, but I'd like to know in your mind the third best spot. If I was a beginner, if I was to ask you, where's your third spot that you would, not spot particular, but just like the range of place, like the towns or the county, what would be your third place in Arizona to actually go metal detecting?
Probably a safe.
Little San Domingo.
The Little San Domingo.
Yeah, and you have to watch out for there is a lot of claims, and between GPA and Roadrunners, I think Arizona APA has pretty much a lot of that area claimed up. But I tell you, I've worked in Little San Domingo for almost 30 years now.
Wow.
And there's, for every claim that there is, there's 100 acres that's not. And it's just a matter of just really sitting down and looking at it. And during the summer is when I sit down and I do all my aerials and I just start doing all of my research. And this is the time of the year that I get out and I start looking for the new areas. And San Domingo, the entire Little San Domingo area, first off, right now it is so ridiculous convenient for me because I just jump on my side-by-side and I'm at the LSD in 15 minutes. Heading out across the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so that's number 3. The Little San Domingo Vulture Mine area. That's going to be my number 3.
Cool. All right.
And don't ask me for 2 and 1 because I ain't talking.
No. That's what I said. Your number 3. I know. That's probably going to be places that a lot of people's been and stuff. I would never say your number 2s or number 1s, but like I said, I always get beginners to ask me, and I could always point them out to the Bradshaws and everything. But I know there's so much target practice and stuff goes on out there. They're just going to get ruined when they're first time out. And I kind of want to give people like hope, but whether they find horseshoes or, boot tacks and then stuff like that, rather than just a bunch of bullets.
Right. Sounds like you need to go sprinkle some for them and then there you go.
Enhancement. There you go. If somebody's up in the Prescott area or somewhere like that, I would send them down towards the Wilhoit area.
Right.
And out Wagner Road, those areas through there. There again, there's a lot of claims out there, but there's also a lot of open area. So that area, and then that whole area down behind Mare, back out towards getting out on that drive between Mare and Goodwin, heading up to Crown King.
Right.
Good gold out there. There's a lot of good gold.
Hey, you know where those spots are, right, Scott?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Familiar to you? Okay. Well, good. Maybe that'll help you a little bit. Instead of finding bullets, maybe you can find just some pickers, right?
I'd like to find a couple of pickers.
We'd like for you
or a boulder.
Something.
I'll tell you, I've only found, and it was in Quartzsite, I've only found one piece of gold with my metal detector. Only one.
And how many times did you go metal detecting to find that
one
piece?
Lord. In Quartzsite, I went a lot.
Really? To find that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Scott, are you picking up those little itty tiny pieces of wire and those little pieces of lead shards and things like that?
Yeah, and a little piece of aluminum foil, like dinky stuff that you wouldn't even hardly see if you didn't have a metal detector.
As long as you're doing that, you just haven't swung over the gold. And that is, I watch so many people that run into the washes. They grab their metal detector and they run into the washes. And that is almost a senseless. Yeah, you'll find a couple of nuggets there, but and I'll tell you what, you know this as well as I do. The big stuff hasn't made it to the wall.
Right.
Exactly.
And I spend a lot of my time through the new GPA claims that I put my name on last year, the Lucky Linda Heads. And man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of great opportunity. Fortunately, a lot of times when I'm talking to people, what they're doing is they watch it.
Hmm.
You know,
that's interesting.
They'll work a lot.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And I know it's a little bit hard to hear you, Kevin. Yeah. So for any of the listeners, pretty much to summarize what Kevin Hoagland was saying is, don't just get hung up looking into washes. You know, a lot of the big gold hasn't made its way into the washes. So check up on the benches and up on the shelves and stuff and work up.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know. Am I not coming through?
You were really soft there.
Get soft every so often.
That's like, you know what, a great, just because what he just said, you don't always look in the washes, you kind of look outside. I think, Kevin, you did a great video down on either the Double J or the Soldier Boy, where you guys were with the Wilson brothers and you're kind of up high, not quite in the washes. You guys did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was, I wish we'd been able to show that entire segment, but it was just a little bit too long. I challenged them to go where they would go to go find gold. And they were still pretty new at that particular time. And they picked an area that was one of the really lower benches, but it was also where they were getting some flood gold. And I just went up the hill and just started prospecting up on the top. And got into that one pocket. And since that time, on that same claim, I've gotten into about 8 other pockets that have been on that same elevation line down the hill.
Yeah, it was a good video. The gold looked great out of there, I'm telling you.
See, Scott. Scott, you're just
looking. Gold on that claim was phenomenal.
Just looking in the wrong places, Scott. Come on.
Oh, I've been to the Double J Soldier Boy.
Scott's looking for gold in all the wrong places.
No, I go up there and tinker. I go up there and tinker around with David Wilson once in a while. He likes to go up there, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, we want to get you out there getting some detecting in, Scott, and not just finding bullets.
I need to get out there and get some dredging done.
Well, now wait. Now
I'll tell you what, I'm about ready to go dredging up on the Hacienda the way it is right now.
Oh, it's blowing.
Scott's ready. Yeah. Ain't you, Scott?
Yeah, buddy, I'm telling you, it's like I said, the water's here. It's clear down into Black Canyon City, and it's just right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good.
Yeah. And over on my side, it's wow, it's so hard to say my side after living off of 17 and up in Prescott for so many years.
Must be Arizona lingo.
Yeah.
Kevin, are you getting the clear snow melt yet or no?
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting it.
So the water's getting clear.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little clear. I'm looking at. I drove down to the Hacienda today, and it's the area that I really want to get into is where a section of the river has been known to disappear for many, many years, and I think I found a hole. I'm not sure, but I think I found a hole, and there's enough water in it right now to get a dredge in.
Oh, sounds like you got a plan, Kevin.
Yeah, but how
you better get it before Kathleen and I move out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Kevin, how deep do you think that hole goes? Because you know when the creeks disappear, it disappears for a reason. How deep do you think that goes?
Well, from the sounding that I was able to do, using some of my old crap, some of my old gear from working in the oil field, I'm thinking about 22 feet.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Because we had a spot we were looking like at Black Canyon Creek that does the same thing, and we dug down a little bit, and it was all at least 4 feet. It was still just little bitty cobbles, and I told Ben, I was like, this has got to go down at least 20 feet. It's got to be deep.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd make it rough. Scott, you breaking out the 6-inch?
Man, I'd love to. Wouldn't that be something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, it'd be something.
There you go. It's your opportunity.
Well, like I said, I got chances coming up later in the year. I got a friend of mine that called me actually last week and was telling me that hey, he's coming up at a certain time and I could come down there. But Where he's at, it's kind of like it's not easy to get to. It's like taking a dredge down to Jimbo's claim. It's kind of rough like that. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to pull that big, because it's a big 6-inch. It's not like the mini. It's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that's a long way to. It take at least 2 days to get everything down there and get ready, get set up. And then you know me, somebody would forget a part or a clip.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I got plans. It's going to be cool. And I just hope everything works out for the best this year. And I can't wait. Maybe I'll get to come up and see Kevin and stuff like that. I'll definitely see him at the Gold Show for now. Definitely going to be be so it's good. This could be an interesting year.
See, already starting out right for you.
2020 is going to be a good year. 2020 is going to be a good year for prospecting. It's a good year for prospectors. And there's a lot of things coming. I mean, there's just so much stuff on the horizon.
That's good.
For prospecting.
Nice.
And I'm just looking out over the landscape all across and looking at different things. I'm not talking about like GPA stuff or anything just in particular. Look at the increase in gold. Look at what's going on. We're going into the election year.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of other things that are just really starting to prime the pump. Mm-hmm. And I think 2020 is going to be a very good year. And I believe that we're going to probably see a few brand new items coming out in the marketplace that are going to be nobody can really bitch about them because they're going to be economic. They're going to be what's that word? Environmentally sound.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting that word. Environmental, environmentally sound, and some different things like that. So, I think we're going to have a lot more opportunity in 2020 than we've had in the last.
What do you think about ground? You think there's going to be more ground opened up to us this next year or this next year?
I think there's going to be more ground that's being opened up just simply because of some of the major major mining companies that will be continuing to drop ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you Scott, are you a claim holder?
Well, I was up until 2 weeks ago. I had two 20-acre claims out in Pinal County, but I'm looking for stuff up north now.
But you got that letter from the BLM saying that they were when they were raising the rates up to 165 and so on like that.
My waiver fee went from 10 to 15.
Right, the waiver fee went from 10 to 15, and the regular filing went from 155 to 165, so on like that. But there was an interesting explanation in that when they were talking about that. They were very open in what they said. Is that given the number of claim holders, and I don't remember the exact number, and they had it in that letter of like 147,000 claim owners, and then the total numbers of acres claimed, it did not add up. And then they flat said our numbers are skewed because there are 3 multinational companies that are the majority of the claim holders in the United States.
Right.
So these are companies that are just Canadian companies. There's at least 2 of them that are Canadian companies. Another one, I'm not sure where they were talking about. It may be another third Canadian company. But I've been looking at some of the ground that they had last year. The BLM was looking at this as the fee increase of creating $5.9 million. And I think they fell short of that because there was a lot of these companies that dropped a lot of this dirt that they have. So I've been following some of that, and I've had some people that have asked me about some of those areas. They've gone out, they've prospected, and they've been finding some decent gold, and they're claiming this ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's being dropped. Now, some of it is ridiculous. It's not anything that any of us could get to. You're talking about needing a Hitachi 450 excavator just to scrape off the 20 feet of overburden to just get you the first specks of gold. But there's a lot of this material. There's a lot of this stuff that is viable for prospecting and small scale mining. Not large scale. Not at the scale that we would all love to be at again, but it would be good for a prospector or a small scale miner that could go in there and work some smaller equipment. But I think with the shift of BLM, and some other things that are going on. I mean, just if you just look at it, I just believe our landscape is going to get a little bit better.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do you remember in Black Canyon City where the Abbeys and the Calamity 9 and all that was?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a Canadian company that come in last year and actually went through the town and got everything. They actually bought those claims from, I think, after the Abbey 1, 2, 3, and 4. They bought after the 4 clear up past Calamity 9, clear up to the high number Abbeys behind Black Canyon City, and they're going to mine all that.
Right. And so we still have 19 and 20. We released the rest of them back to the owner because it just didn't make sense to us. Because that was needed to have a large scale mining operation coming.
Yeah, they just swept it. Yeah.
So they've got it, and God, here we go. I'm gonna piss off somebody tonight. I can always say. But if you look at a lot of the Canadian holdings, and this whole thing that they did on the backside of Vulture Mine, where this company came in, and I won't mention the company name, they came in and just massively staked all through the southern end of the Vulture. And it was exactly the same land that DuPont had claimed back in I think it was the 1950s. And then it was the same land that was claimed by that company out of Tucson called Newsboy back in the 70s. All these people did is they just came in, reclaimed over it. Pardon me, had to cough. They came in, they reclaimed over it. It's a Canadian company. They raised millions upon millions of dollars in penny shares and these little stock offerings that they did. And lo and behold, they dropped all the claims this year. Every one of them.
I'll be darned.
And
Okay.
So they're not doing anything with them.
No, they walked away. What they were doing is they went out, they put in their stakes. They went in with 4x4 pools. I went crazy because they put one right in the middle of one of my claims. They put one in they overclaimed everything out there. So 99% of their claims were, about 9% of their claims were just absolutely null and void. They didn't even exist. They overclaimed on federally registered claims that have been there for years. They were trying to throw load over Placer. Arizona doesn't really play that game in any way, shape, or form. The Placer over load over Placer, all this other stuff. And they raised millions of dollars, did what they wanted to do.
Okay.
And then dropped all the claims.
All right. Here, I hate to interrupt you guys, but I think we're going to have to wrap it up.
No,
Kevin.
I just came in to say hi.
Well, if you want, you could come and join us next Sunday.
Hi, Kevin.
Just be a guest if you want.
Hi, everybody. Tim's throwing me out, so I got to go.
We got to wrap it up. We got a few things we got to do after the show tonight. We got a big giveaway. So, but if you want, you could just be a guest next Sunday. That'd make it so much simpler.
Yeah. Okay.
It's up to you. You want to?
Sunday, 5:30 my time, right?
Yep. Yeah, you want to be a guest?
Sure.
All right. Next Sunday, Kevin will be here.
Oh, it's time for a banner. It's a banner time.
It's banner time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right, gang.
All right, cool, Kevin. We'll give you a call, brother. Thanks for stopping by tonight.
Right.
We appreciate it, man. And
we'll thank you, everybody. We'll see you later. Talk to you next week. Have fun. And bye.
Happy New Year, Kevin.
Got it, man. See you. Happy New Year.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
All right. Now, on that note, let's go ahead and wrap this up. First off, don't forget Tuesday night hangouts with Ed, Jess, and Dano. This week, their guest is Tom from Tom's Gold Dirt. So be sure and check them out, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, over there on their YouTube channel.
Standard Time.
And also, January 3rd, there's going to be some site maintenance on GPS at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So the site will be offline for a couple hours.
Oh my God, Tim! I was scheduled to go on the site at exactly that time in my calendar.
That's why I figured I'd better warn you.
Now I got to shift everything around.
Got to change everything now.
That's changing.
Oh man!
I know. And now, I know we're going to do the raffle as soon as we end the show. I'm going to get set up to do this crazy raffle the way we're going to do it. I'm going to try to do it YouTube Live. I don't know if I can. Can I do it YouTube Live? I don't know, Shad.
Yeah. Just hit go.
Why not?
Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll do it on YouTube because there's a lot of members that aren't on Facebook.
Yeah,
So
forget the Facebook.
I'll do
the YouTube.
I'll do YouTube Live. But it's like almost 10 now. It's going to take me at least a half an hour to get it set up ready, do a test real quick, and see if this is going to fly. Yeah. And so...
Happy New Year, everybody, and good night, Gold Diggers.
Good night, Daddy.
Danny just told you nighty night, Swifty.
Who is that guy? What was that guy? Crazy? I haven't heard from him in like 20 minutes.
Gold Diggers.
Happy New Year's, Gold Diggers.
So wait, how do we do it? YouTube. How do I announce when we're going live on YouTube? How will people know?
It'll just come up.
Yeah, you'll go on first. It'll give you like a test screen to make sure everything looks right, and and then they'll have a button that says "Go Live." As soon as you hit it, it'll throw out all the like, "Hey, I'm going live" things. It'll tell everybody that you're sponsored to and all this stuff.
Just pay attention. In 30 minutes, Tim will do it.
What you want to do is you actually want to do the YouTube live, and then just to make sure everybody's seen it, take that YouTube video and share it on Facebook. That cuts both ways.
Yeah, I could do that. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going under Tim Grimes or are you going under something else on YouTube?
I don't know.
Our show YouTube page, Gold Prospector Space. If you give me one quick moment,
Shad, that'll help because
I will pull it up.
Shad, roll that beautiful beating footage.
Yeah, I've never done it, so I don't have a clue.
Don't put pressure on me.
Yeah, Gold Prospector Space. Yeah.
Don't put pressure on you. You guys just talked me into going on the GPAA Gold Show and doing a talk list here.
And somebody beat me to it.
Is it there?
Is it Jared?
Well, no, to the channel page. There you go.
Wait, that's our YouTube channel
That's
page?
our YouTube channel page. I posted in the chat room. Or just YouTube search Gold Prospectors Space, all one word, in YouTube, and you will find the Tim Grimes Prospectors Radio YouTube page.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we'll do it from there. So, like I said, gotta give me about half an hour to get this set up, do a quick test, see if it's going to work this other way, and we'll let her rip. Tater Chip will draw us a winner. Good luck to everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for Kevin for stopping by. Scott, thanks for committing to do a gold show. And
yep.
You know, sounds like it's going to be a good year. And
good night, Gold Diggers.
Good night.
we're out of here. We'll see you on
Have
Wednesday.
a golden new year.
Night, everybody.
Shut up.
Be sure to tune in.
Wait a minute.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.